What's going on YouTube? It's the Brand of the Mainframe here now. See how the POPXP, and that's it. It's here. It's the end of the week. So it's the week in Pop. And joining me, we've got Jennifer Van Damsel in the house. We've got the gamer, the master, the Grizz. And of course, we've got, he's kind of a good and plenty guy. Fun to have around. Mr. Adam Lawson. How is everyone doing tonight?
Folks, it's good to see you. Woo!
Good to see
Doing
you.
great now. How are you?
I'm good. I got my dog here. He's very interested in string cheese. This is his favorite.
Wow. That's a great shaped food. I categorize that with hot dogs in the perfectly shaped food category. Portable.
I can back that.
It's just number one, portability. See that? Let's all just let's watch him feed the dog. Oh, he just bit it. You just freaking bit it, bro.
Adam's a madman. He's a madman.
I broke some rules. I'm trying to get it done here.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got.
I'm going to be eating at the start of this, and now it's the dog's turn.
There you go. Herrenberg, welcome. We've got Comic Talk with Pops Van Zant, Herrenberg, Calamity Gannon, Andrew Wilson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go, people. Here we go. And all of our viewers out there on Twitch. We are twitching it right now on Jen's channel and the POPXP Twitch. And we're here on YouTube. So
nice.
Anyone out there in Twitch land, please head on over to YouTube. Give us a subscribe, like, click the bell, and vice versa. Anyone in YouTube land, head on over to Twitch. Give a like, click, whatever you got to do. Subscribe, all that great stuff. Become a member. And Grizz,
what's up?
Your Twitch, bro.
Yeah, I'd love to have some people come follow my Twitch and subscribe and all that stuff. That'd be great.
We got to try that. Can we do 3? Can we stream for 3 Twitches?
There's some feelings about that, Grizz.
Yeah, no, I'd be very enthusiastic about having some more people join my Twitch. That's really the reason I started streaming, games again, was because I like talking to people while I'm playing games. So having some more people in the chat would really sweeten that deal for me.
It would.
No, the social side of gaming, right, Grizz? That's what makes it so fun, right?
Yeah, for me, that's what it is. I was a big couch co-op guy, but now we live in an age where everyone wants to play online. So if I'm going to talk to people, I got to do it through the internet.
Remember that?
No, I totally agree with you. That was what it was for me too, right? It's like whenever the couch co-op. I love how you said that. I'm Jen. You might have been in the same boat. It's like when everybody got together and you were playing, you could cheer each other on or heckle each other. It was part of the magic.
X-Men Legends. They're never going to top it. It was the best couch co-op game.
It's up there. Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
I feel like they're.
If
you like Marvel or if you like X-Men,
they're both good.
Great.
Yeah.
So Twitch a Grizz.
Yes, yeah. Twitch.tv/GoodGameGrizz. Hit me up.
There you go. There you go. So we got to start the show off right? Every time we got to start the show off right, and we need to know what is in Jen's sack.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yes, we have a big sack today, a small sack.
What kind of sack magic are we getting?
Let's see.
It's the same sack.
It's the same sack.
It's remarkable how that never changes.
But that looks pretty big in there.
It's a rectangle, so it's probably a vinyl.
Oh,
okay.
Don't worry,
Could this be a recommendation?
I got a lot of stuff for my sack this week.
Nice.
Soon, it's going to be the biggest sack I've ever had. So.
We'll have to start a half hour early to go through all our sack.
All right, ready? What is it?
What is it?
What is the sack? That'd be so funny if I pulled out like a cheeseburger.
A Whataburger?
I would love a cheeseburger. I would love one.
Oh, okay. So this is Hail the Sun. Just came out with a new album. It's called New Age Filth. So kind of sad story. I'm really not that excited because I didn't really like the album. I bought it because for limited edition stuff, they release it before. Sorry, I'm just typing. Anyways, when they release limited edition stuff, it's before the album came out, and I didn't want to miss out, so I bought it.
In case you loved it.
And Parasitic Cleanse is about the only song on the whole album I actually like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exciting. Mental Knife was my favorite album of, I think it came out in 2019. So I had really, really high expectations for this album, and it was not great. It did not pop, guys.
Did other people like it?
Dang.
Did most of their fans like it?
I don't know.
I was just saying, because then you could keep it sealed and resell it.
No, I'm not that. I'll still put it on my shelf. It's fine.
Okay.
JC Vaughn.
Forever.
The legendary JC Vaughn is in the chat, and he was thinking Led Zeppelin. Come on. Where's the
But
Led
Jen, that
Zeppelin?
is the bummer of all bummers. I remember so vividly that experience, right? When
Yeah.
you go buy a CD or back when I was buying cassette tapes and you only know the single and you go all in and you get the Criterion edition, right? Or the deluxe, the 2 CD set back in the day with the extra photos inside. And then you pull that stuff open and you just get one song on repeat and that's all you get.
See, I don't listen to a band or like an album unless I like the whole thing. So I will literally never listen to this because I only like one song. But Mental Knife.
If I was in that band, Jen, I'd be very sad right now.
So is this a recommendation?
Friends with somebody in the band. Don't tell him I'm talking shit about his album. But anyways, Mental Knife is an amazing album. If you want to listen to some Hail the Sun, I highly recommend Mental Knife. Kind of skip this one. It's good. Maybe it's just me. I just didn't find it very exciting, but Mental Knife is really, really great. Highly recommend that one. So a little bit of a disappointing sack today, but
Yeah.
Hate that. Hate a disappointing sack.
sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, but the plus is there's one good song on there.
There's
Come on, there's one
It's
good
final.
song.
You can't just skip to the song.
Yeah.
You have to listen to the whole thing.
Jen,
I feel
you're a
like
vinyl collector, and I've been thinking about with some crowdfunding campaigns moving forward. I wanted to do an EP vinyl for them.
Ooh.
Do you, as a vinyl person, do the EP vinyls, do you like those, or do you think they're lame? I always thought they were so cool when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, it's the smaller record, right? Because it's
Yeah.
just the 4 tracks.
Yeah.
What do you think about that as a vinyl connoisseur?
For me personally, the bigger the better, just because I like visuals.
Ooh.
So this is like the whole
Okay.
picture of the whole vinyl. I don't know if my record player does EPs.
Any record player can. You just, because it
Yeah.
still fits on the same hole.
Oh, okay.
You just place it on, you put the track in it,
Smaller.
they all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
But,
you have
I
to
mean-
change the speed or anything for
You
those?
mean like an old 45? You want to make an old 45 there, Adam?
Bingo. No, you don't have to change the speed. There's nothing about it. It's just smaller.
just smaller.
Because an app, a record gets more information the wider it gets, right? Because
Right.
it's in the physical lines, and so.
So you're
it's just
getting a
'cause
couple of
it's 4
songs.
That's right.
I'm
You just
not
get a handful of
opposed to
songs.
EPs. I'd rather you do it than not do it. So if you do have an EP, I would totally collect it for sure. I think just most of the bands I listen to are all just full records. So, but if you made one, I would definitely put it in my sack.
Whoa.
Nice. Hey,
Whoa. Gentlemen.
I mean,
We'll do it.
let's do it. Let's all make them.
Let's do it.
We're all making them.
I'm getting focused on that.
We're filling
High
our
priority. High priority.
I got something fun to share too. Just came the other
Whoa.
day.
Whoa.
Well, a little bit. The eighth.
Oh man!
The eighth by who's this by Adam Lawson?
Never heard of him.
Warren Evers. Who's Adam Lawson? I mean, gosh, no, I really thought this guy was kind of a hack. But no, you can't. Look at this beautiful
Oh my
sleeve.
God.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm jealous.
What? And then the book itself is absolutely
Ooh.
gorgeous. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Embossing, right? What do they call it?
Yeah, it's embossed. The eighth
Oh.
is embossed, and then
Lovely.
and then the crazy tentacles are in spot UV. So that they
High quality,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
absolute
it's-
high quality book. It's thick.
Where do
It's
you
thick.
find all these artists? Every single thing you do, the artists are always
Oh, he's
amazing.
got great artists, man. Unbelievable.
Thanks for that, Jen. I think you have to become a connoisseur of artists. I think I started back. It's been probably like 8 years ago now. I was doing this show called Titan's Grave, also with Will Wheaton, and there have these animated sequences throughout the show. And so I hired dozens and dozens of artists, and there's this website called ArtStation, which I've been always a fan of, reading about, checking out concepts artists and their work, and that got me hiring artists and art directing them on a really regular basis. And then I just became the guy who was like, in your Instagram account, oh, that's a cool artist, you save it to your collection, and you just started cataloging art that really stood out to you and who they were and following them. And it's because it's kind of like a thing that you don't do it necessarily all in once, but it becomes a part of your language, kind of like you are with albums and vinyls and the way you are with music.
Well, I wish I could get the bands to do cool stuff for me, but it's cool that you're getting awesome artists to do your projects.
Thank you. Yes, Joran is really a special guy. In fact, his wife just gave birth last night.
Oh,
Joran
congratulations.
Evers.
Congratulations.
Lives in the Netherlands. Really a wonderful guy. To do 224 pages is an unbelievable feat.
Yeah.
for any artist, and so I can never thank him enough for taking the ride with me. So.
Very cool, very cool. So let's dive. We've talked a little comics. Let's dive into some comics, and we've got some great stuff here.
Look at that transition!
I know. Don't get excited. It's the only one.
That's
the only one I had time for.
Dang, that was nice. That was very nice.
Boom. So I wanted to just throw this up because you got the real deal right there on the screen. But so plot holes. Sean Gordon Murphy, plot holes. I just got to go right off with thank you for bringing this one to our attention, Adam. With this campaign that he had, this book, because I personally was blown away by the story. I really got lost in it. And unlike you guys, I only made it through about the first 3 chapters. I think you guys all completed it. But from what I read thus far, I did enjoy it.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah, that's right. It was the same thing too here with me. Like I couldn't stop, right, Grizz? And Sean Gordon Murphy, I've just loved his art for so long, all the way back in the day with The Wake, which he did with Scott Snyder, and that's when I first found him. At least I should say, not his first, but when I first found him. And I've just been in love with what he's done, and then he's kind of become an auteur, with the Batman White Knight that he created, which was so great the way he killed people off and how he flipped the universe on his head. He's a writer and artist. And when he did his own book, and he said, and the storyline is essentially, right, they're characters inside of books called the plot holes, and they work their way through novels and cut out the bad parts of the plots and rewrite the stories so that the books can get published and be a success, right? It sounds kind of is that a little hokey? Is that going to be cool?
Yeah.
And right now, maybe you felt that a little bit.
At first I was like, what is this, like some weird like Matrix ripoff thing?
It's a little meta.
Yeah, it's a little meta, right? You're like, is this going to really work?
You have to. I opened my mind completely to it, though. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's Sean Murphy. I love his stuff. He's a great guy. I got to get on the show, actually. But I opened my mind to it, and I did. I escaped. I escaped into a world.
It was so fun. And it was so interesting the way the characters were solving the plots and how like their way they traveled through times was their bookmark, right? And the footnote was the name of their ship. And the way they transformed editors into these action heroes called the plot holes. And such a cool cast of characters, the gay transforming tiger, the short, Calvin and Hobbes, racist guy, like the whole mix of cool characters.
The Gundam pilot.
I loved it. I loved
the Gundam pilot. Yeah. Such a great mashup, and like you're going through, you're dealing with the 1930s. You're going to the science fiction, and and it's his art. You can just see these characters, and Matt Hollingsworth and Dave Stewart's colors are just something else. And I agree. I was a little skeptical, but I came with an open mind, and I just was taken away by the story. I was fully. Jen, what did you? What did you think? What did you guys think? I'm spouting my love of it because I thought it was so fun. But yeah, Jen, she hit it. Okay, great.
Do we want to listen to why Jen hated it first, or should I say why I liked it?
I can never make Jen happy.
Let's go why Jen hated it first.
Jen, why did you hate it?
I didn't hate it.
Wow.
Okay, so I will say it was really good. I liked the characters. I liked the idea. I liked the different art styles. Like, it was cool where they were talking about manga and it showed like manga art style. And like, it's a very interesting concept. It was, but I did not love it. I didn't feel like it.
This is that manga page that even switched to black and white for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, and they do that for all of their stories. They change art styles just a little bit for each of the characters, which I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, Harrenberg says, I guess, yeah, so then it's basically Legends of Tomorrow or Sliders, but with books instead of time. Is there a literature police chasing them?
There is no literature police chasing them. What's happened is there is this machine, this AI that has injected them into this multiverse of books. And if enough bad books get published, the machine essentially explodes and kills all these characters. So they're both fighting to solve the problems in the book and also to keep themselves and save themselves. So they're not dealing with the time cops.
And save the other characters. All the characters in each book will be erased from existence as well.
That's right. So
the part about the George Washington scene, I was very touched by that. I didn't know that about him, so that got me. So I'm saying, like, I can understand why everybody else really liked it. It was just, like, not really my thing. I wasn't excited about it, but it was very good. I would say it did pop. I didn't love it, but I think I would recommend it.
Wait. You said we can't have partial poppers.
No, she's not giving it a partial pop. She said it popped.
It popped. I didn't personally love it, but I can see why everyone else would really enjoy it.
It's like butterless, saltless popcorn. It popped, but, you know, she's not going to get a whole bag of it.
That's partial
pop. Remember, pop doesn't mean perfect, right? Pop doesn't mean it's Watchmen. Correct. That's the only thing you can be is Watchmen to be popped. Yeah. You know, it's like...
So, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I loved the transitions between the different artworks and the different stories and the way they blended it all together. Super cool. I think the real reason that I couldn't stop was because I felt like it was moving faster than I wanted it to.
Yeah, it should have been longer. I would have liked more character development. The characters are so interesting. I would have liked to learn more about them.
And so that's the only drawback for me, was that through the whole thing I was like, I would have liked to spend more time with this. And, you know, I don't think it's a very cohesive story. Like, you know, I'm not going to give away endings or anything like that, but it's a complete story. If they never did anything else with this universe, they still told a great story in this universe. Yeah. But I wanted more. I feel like it has the potential to be greatly expanded, and I would have liked it to have been a little more expanded.
Yeah, and it's a beautifully designed book. I'm not going to go through any more pages than what I've shown, but it's well laid out. It is well laid out. It flows very well. For the reader, excuse me. And Fish Chozo says the plot holes portrayed having a gay guy kill himself to motivate another character as bad writing. There were some interesting things, though, I did pick up in this book from Sean Gordon Murphy, which makes me you do kind of wonder where he falls, let's say politically. But I kind of caught some interesting things he did in the book. I don't want to give it away because I really want people to read this book and then give me your thoughts on that in the comments below.
But what's interesting about that moment, though, when he said that, he says, "Oh, that sounds like bad writing." But then the tiger responded back and said, "Actually, I didn't realize how much my brother had loved me."
Yeah.
Right. So I think what I liked about that was he wasn't saying that was bad writing. He was saying it could have been perceived that way on the surface, but really the tiger, who was the one who
lived it,
who lived it, said, "Actually, no, I actually learned how much my brother really loved me." And you realize that in the end, the story was the tiger grew, right? Because he realized he was cared for by his brother, and that it actually was meaningful, just not on the surface.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he put, like, if you read, like, how going through, he, like, puts almost things in there that we hear other critics and stuff talk about. And it's like he's almost, like, explaining these things. And even with, you know, certain other social topics, I thought it was pretty interesting how he laid it out. I think he has a good point of view on certain things. But yeah, no, this book definitely popped for me. I like I said, I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through it. And so far, I mean, it's definitely popped. And from what, you know, you all said except Jen, it's a pretty cool book.
No, it definitely popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it popped.
Grizz, I agree with you though, Grizz. I could have standed it to be 20 pages longer. You know,
at least for me.
Yeah, it is. What's that, Jen?
Yeah, I think it could have been much longer than 20 pages, like double. I feel like, because like I said, I would have loved more of them exploring more books, them actually like solving some of the plot problems, like working together. You very briefly got a lot of character development.
It's good. It's good character development. It just moves too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like
that
Ed is modeled after his grandmother. Oh, I'm sure there is a volume 2 coming out.
Yeah.
And Ed is modeled after his grandmother.
Yeah, which is
love that.
A very touching thing.
I love that. Yeah. It touches me in all the right places. So, so this was a well-written book and whatnot. And then we read another book. Now this one was actually, I found to be more visual than written script to the book.
It's the opposite of the Spawn comic.
Yes, it's the complete opposite of Spawn universe. And Jen, what is this title? Because I'm gonna murder
Basilisk.
Basilisk, everyone. So All right, Jen, thoughts on Basilisk?
Okay, show the first page. Okay, so whenever I was looking for new comics for us to read, I came upon this page and I was like, okay, I have to read this. Like, this art is literally amazing. I love the color palette. I love the kind of like watercolor style, even like the facial expressions from like the mood. Just the mood is like everything. And then the next page. So then the left side is like so amazing, so cool, back to the mood, really like, saturated colors. And then it changes to this completely different art style. It's not at all the same. So I was really disappointed after, I was sold on these first 3 pages, and the rest of the book is this like boring traditional art style. So I was really disappointed in that. I thought it was okay. Like, I don't care. I probably won't read any more of it. It was just like pretty cliche, I guess. I was really excited for this, and therefore my disappointment is probably a lot stronger than it would have been if I wasn't excited for it. But yeah.
I 100% agree with you. When I started reading this, I was like, oh my God. The first thing I saw, I was like, oh, I love this art style. I like this hazy, horrific, like atmosphere with the watercolor texture. And then, I'm reading this on my iPad, right? So I've got 1 page at a time. So I go there, I got the second page, the third page, and then boom, I hit the 4th page, and I'm like, crap. I'm like, it's switched up. I mean, it's not bad art.
It's not bad art.
It's not bad art at all.
It's basic.
It's traditional comic book art. Yeah. I mean, nothing too crazy. It is well drawn. It's well colored. But that if it stayed in that other style, I think I would have been more sold into this universe. To me, though, this is like, for me, this was a preview before I could actually give a review. Like, I need to read issue 2 to be like whether I would like recommend even issue 1, because to me it was almost like, I wouldn't even, like how we talked about some things almost being like a trailer, right?
Yeah, this was also
This was a little
Grizz, thank you for saying that. It was so set up, and it didn't really drive the story. It just was like, here's what's gonna happen. Here's setup. But I was missing like this driving energy through the story.
Yeah.
Now, that first art style, like I imagine that in future issues, you'll see that art style again, because I think that's going to be flashbacks are going to be done in that art style. That's how I view it. So I think we'll probably get more of it. But if you were drawn in by that initial artwork and that was the style you were hoping for the rest of the issue, obviously that's going to be a huge disappointment when you get to the whatever 3rd or 4th page, whatever it was, and it's just, oh, okay, this is a comic. This is just regular comic art. Yeah. And it's not, like we said, it's not bad art, but
no, it's not bad art.
There's nothing about the art that sets it apart. Whereas those first few pages are, really special.
Yeah, well, Colin Bunn is the writer of this book, and he's an excellent writer, and I like a lot of his other stuff. So that's why, for me, I feel like to do my due diligence with this book, right? I feel like I have to read issue 2 before I can say, because this may turn into a whole nother direction, or get a little more lively or inviting for my type of style, or it might not. But for me, the issue 1 did not pop. But like I said, to do my due diligence with this, I will read issue 2 just to see if it can change my mind. But that's where I'm at with it. This one didn't pop for me.
No,
did not pop.
No, it just conceptually kind of nice. Like, it was just so neutral. I like this idea of like the murderous eyes, and she's covering them, and like there's something kind of sinister about that. But it didn't go anywhere. I didn't feel taken anywhere by the end of it. I think that's number 2 wasn't calling to me, I would say, which is a bummer.
Yeah, no. But hey, I always say, everyone check it out. We pull these things for a reason. When we see things we like, maybe you'll find something that you enjoy in it. But yeah, I think unfortunately the pages we love, I think, are flashback sequences, and we probably will see that further down the road. But yeah, this one just didn't pop. I'm sorry, Colin Bunn. Please come on our show still. Please don't hate us.
No.
Please come on.
No, that got put in the microwave, and after 3 minutes, you opened the bag.
I burned it.
Still all the kernels. Yeah, you just burned it. All the kernels are still in there.
Oh, crap. It was burned. But no, that was a sorry miss. But what are you going to do on that one?
Yeah.
So our first guest is actually, our guest tonight, he'll be on very shortly. He's a great creator out of Mexico City who's been doing some great stuff. And Adam, this book that's on here, I saw there's a name. There's a name on this thing. FSC Publishing. FSC Publishing on this. But but FSC Publishing's changing, right?
Yeah, so what's happened is so Jose, who's the artist on this, he lives in Mexico City, and if anybody doesn't know, unfortunately you can't run campaigns through Mexico on Indiegogo because of just problems with banking or whatever's happened with the banking system there, so you can't run campaigns. And he's somebody that I've been friendly with, and he's another creator, and he asked me if I would run the campaign through my bank accounts and send all the money to him, which is a big act of trust. And
why did he do that? He obviously doesn't know you. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but for me, I've sent all the money to him, and he's all fine. Yeah. Is that for me, helping out another creator is meaningful and has value in and of itself, and I value integrity far more than money. And so it's just it was a chance to help him out, and he's such an amazing talent. And his book, this Lumina VHOX book, his art style, and he's just really also a tremendous guy. He's about to starting a family, and he does something truly special with his art. And anyway, so that's why FSC Publishing is there, which used to be Failed Superheroes Club, but due to the fact that Marvel and DC own the word superhero, and the trademark office has denied us multiple times.
What?
And they jointly own it, which is not even technically legal. And even our law firm was like, this isn't legal, but you probably need to be Riot Games to want to get into that lawsuit. So we've changed the title to Gifted Rebels, is the new title.
There you go. But you know what? Let's, you were talking a little about Jose and his book and stuff, but why don't we hear it from him? So everyone, please welcome Jose Garcia to the show.
Oh, wow. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jose, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, guys.
Thanks
for
having me. Jose.
I've been listening. It's been fun. Really cool comics you've been showing.
Oh, yes. Awesome. Yeah, the plot. You got to get your hands on that one if you haven't already. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I actually like Sean Gordon Murphy art a lot. I really love the stuff he made for Punk Rock Jesus, the black and white edition. That was real cool. And I really love what he did on Hellblazer. But I think my favorite comic from Sean Gordon Murphy is Off-Road. That's pretty much, the kind of like an autobiography from him, like how he started drawing and stuff, and how he was kind of like depressed with a girl and stuff, and kind of relatable. So I was like kind of like a teen looking at cool work and just seeing that Sean Gordon Murphy, that off-road story that really kept me going. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. You got a bunch of cool stuff behind you there, Jose. I gotta blow you up real quick because you got a bunch of cool stuff back there. Look at all
I got a fan.
One Piece.
Oh, he even got a fan.
Yeah, that's
Ketchup.
Ketchup. That's One Piece. Some Teen Titans. Ghost in the Shell. These are boxes. Yep. Nausicaa. Yep. And there's Claymore. That's Battle Angel Alita, the Zelda box set, Death Note, Magic Knight Reinhardt, and a lot of the Berserk, a lot of Junji Ito, Blade of the Immortal, Hellsing.
So you're a manga fan.
You like manga?
Yeah.
You should check out some anime. You may like it.
You might like that anime stuff.
You might like it.
That might be up your alley. Oh, that's cool. So Jose, tell us a bit about yourself, man. How did you get into making comics and stuff?
Well, I've been doing this pretty much all my life. Right now, I've been working professionally in the industry for about I believe I got 14 years right now. Working on the industry. I've been working on comics, animation, and kids publishing, young adult. I've been doing some stuff for France. I did some animation on France, on some animated movies, and some bande dessinée, the French comics, the BDs. So I've been all around working in everything that has something to do with storytelling. I really love telling stories. I really love creating, and I've been trying to make my own stuff for I don't know, as long as I can remember. So it's pretty cool to be working on my first kind of crowdfunding comic, independent comic, since I've been working so much for companies. My last gig was DreamWorks. I was developing IPs, doing storyboard art. I worked on Voltron, doing storyboards. Did something for
Grizz lit up.
I love Voltron. That was so good.
That's why I put you next to each other right there. You see? See that?
No, Voltron is deep in my heart as well. I mean, I so many times I've thought about being in the cat that was in the volcano, and runs out. That was always my favorite.
Stayed comic sale, Jose, my boy.
Yes.
Stayed comic sale in the house. Awesome.
Yeah.
If you'll note something, guys, see how I just put my name Adam up there?
Yes.
Because I was following Jen's lead.
So we can see your
Remember how we
boobs?
talked about that? Yeah, we talked about that last time. And Grizz and Nile did not follow suit.
Oh, shoot.
He's even got the V-neck on. Yeah.
He did the whole thing, Jen.
Yeah.
Shoot. Man, Grizz, I guess we're going to have to shorten. You're just going to have Grizz, and I'll just have Nile. That's it. Nile. I'm like, who the heck is that guy? You're not only worried about me. We're here for Jose.
That's
For
true.
and
Jose.
what he's doing. So let me ask you. So growing up and stuff, doing comics, I know a lot of artists that, surprisingly, friends and family may not have been fully supportive of their dreams to be artists and animators and stuff like that. Oh, do this, do that. It's too hard to do this. Did you have a lot of support growing up for your art and your craft?
Yeah, like somehow, kind of, like my dad was, he's a doctor. He was a doctor, and he wants me to do something creative. He was forced to become a doctor to support the family and stuff. So he didn't want that for me. So from early on, he was actually the one who got me addicted to comics. So he bought me my first, Superman, Batman, all that kind of great stuff. And he kept pushing for me to go for either music or comics or something like that. So he kept. He's pretty much like he was this guy who told me okay, whenever you're 14, you're an adult man, so pretty much your destiny is on your hands. So whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just don't take away from anyone else. Don't take away. I don't know. Don't come asking for money. Don't cause problems for anyone. So he pretty much, after I finish middle school, he told me you can either go to school or do whatever you want. You are free to do whatever you are your own man, so you can do whatever you want. So I pretty much decided I want to make comics. So we didn't have art schools here in Mexico. So I just started hanging around with at Comic Cons, hanging with Humberto Ramos. He was pretty much he was a local celebrity, working on Marvel and all that kind of stuff. So we have Humberto Ramos, Francisco Herrera. Yeah, he's awesome.
He's still in Mexico City, isn't he?
Yeah,
Humberto?
He's still here.
Yeah.
He lives not near me, but everyone knows where he lives. So it's pretty much common knowledge by now. So I was the kind of this annoying little kid who was going to every con with his portfolio, just and I was kind of no, I was actually more like this. They call me hotshot, that this kind of spunky little edgy kid just trying to make a name for himself. So I was like, hey guys, I have my portfolio. What did you guys tell me? What can I do to get better? I was always asking, what do I need to get better? Until one day he told me man, I don't have anything else to teach you. You're already good. So just go out and find work. So that's what I did.
Nice. And so we've got It's real awesome.
It's really awesome.
What is different for you between storyboarding and what you are doing now? So I think it's more like, our question is more, it's doing storyboard work and then doing like comic. Comic art.
It's pretty different because time flows different in comic than in storyboard. Like when you're drawing storyboards, like when I was on DreamWorks, we were doing maybe like 600 shots for once for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes of animation, and you need to right now the industry, the storyboard industry, it's a little bit I don't know how to say it. It's maybe a little bit over educated. Like people are starting to post a lot on Twitter their best work, like kind of like full animation, like their best work, like these amazing pieces that make you wow, like, oh, this is awesome. But the thing is that everyone, like the executives and everyone, like just see these amazing animations and they think like this is everyday work. Well, it's actually not. You're actually working with pretty much sticks and a sticks man, and maybe some camera moves. But you never go like really full rendered animation. But people are starting to believe in, so they are starting to give the storyboard artists more and more responsibilities. Like you have something called storyboard revisionist, in which an animator or a storyboard artist only do the stickman, and the newer storyboard revisionist, they don't plan the scenes. They only go through your drawings and they put everything on model, like as close as it's gonna be on the actual screen. Like they put the thing in proportion, on style, and they get the drawing as close as it's gonna be animated. But what I've been doing, I did both. You start as a revisionist and then you go as a storyboard artist. But the thing is that you need to right now because of the over education, like you need to do everything all by yourself. You need to do the storyboard, the planning of the scene, and then do your own revisions, which is actually another guy's work. And you need to do the animatic, which it's another guy who makes video edition. He does that, so they ask everything from you right now in this moment. So it's a lot of work, and it's very different. You have to in storyboarding, you do a lot of drawings. It's pretty much animation, and the camera it's a character in which it's more present than in comic books, I believe, because you are. It's pretty much composition in motion. You have to deal with composition in motion, and you have to make a drawing, like 12 drawings per second. So it gets messy. You do a lot of work, but it's a lot of sketching. You don't really have to finish everything. And if you have an action, you have to make the character act. Like if they're gonna speak, they open their mouth and they stay like maybe 1-2 seconds talking, while in comics you can do the time very different. Like you can have like these awesome panels in which you can have past, present, and future working everything in just one image, and it's really cool. Like I remember these really old comics from Fantastic Four, like Sue Storm. There's a car about to hit Sue Storm, and she's like, "Oh, there's a car coming." And there's Ben Grimm and Mr. Fantastic, like, oh, watch out! Like, but like everything's happening at the same time. So it's a moment freezing time. So you actually have to be way more careful because your real estate, it's your page, and it's very limited. Like you only have 22 pages to tell a story. While in storyboarding, you have to, you have to draw like 100, 200 drawings just to do 5 seconds. So it's super different, but I love both, but they are they're quite different.
Do you think that doing the comics is less stressful?
Oh man. Oh no. It's about the same amount of work, I'd say. But in comics, it depends on the kind of artist you are, because in storyboarding you are expected to draw 600 panels a week, maybe 800 or 1,000 panels a week. And in comics, you have to do these really cool pages, these cool comic book pages. But if you are a beginning artist, you pretty much the deadline. It's pretty much like 20 pages per month. So you can do a more detailed kind of art, and it is expected that it's gonna be cool and that you can take your time. For me, it's working a whole day on a comic book page. That's like a luxury. That's like I never have that much time to do something in my life, because in a day I have to do maybe 50, 60 panels. So for me, it's quicker to do comics, but because I was on a high production ambient before that, So, but I know people that they take a whole day, but they do great stuff. They do great art. They do some beautiful stuff. And if you do your own colors, if you do your own inks, that's a lot harder. That's why it usually you get a colorist, a penciler, an inker, and stuff. So, but I do everything on my own comics. I'm pretty used to doing everything by myself.
Yeah, and Lumina VHOX looks amazing. And let's bring that up here. So here you have Lumina VHOX Volume 1, 80-page book of space, Ullrich Adventures. And so this campaign just ended, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. And now you're in demand. And you're about to crush 18K. You're approaching, which is awesome. And this book looks, I love the colors. I love the art, especially this right here. Where is it? There it is. Boom. I love this right here.
Thanks a lot.
Incredible.
I think when Jose and I first met, when I saw the way the layouts were done here, right, and the way the colors and the way it's like this half manga, half Jose magic, merged together, it felt like you're seeing fresh art, and you don't always get that. Yeah,
exactly. And Journey of the Shadow says, one-man army, power to you, Jose. It says this looks sick.
Thanks a lot, man.
And this looks awesome. So let's check out your campaign video. Let's play that.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
I don't know how it happened, but that thing found its way into us. It took everything from me. I'm not sure how, but I'm gonna take it back. What is a Lumina? If you want to know, find out by backing. Only on Indiegogo.
Did you make that video yourself?
Yep.
That's insane. That video is so professional, just like really impressive.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, I decided 3 days before the campaign, maybe I should do an animated video, but it's been a while since since I did animation that I kind of forgot how to use all the programs, all the animation programs. So I had to learn them to do these trailers. So it took me a couple of days to finish it, and then start promoting.
It made a big difference. That was super impressive.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Thanks a lot.
That was really cool, and the viewers out there are loving it. Bravo on the trailer, man. Neat, awesome trailer. Calamity, Journey of the Shadow agreed as well. They just love this stuff. They love what they're seeing here. So tell us a bit about this, man. What is Lumina VHOX?
Well, the pitch I've been telling, it's pretty much Warhammer 40k meets Space Eldritch Naruto. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a little girl, big adventure in space, Eldritch gods, and a strange couple grabs this little girl, and a ritual goes wrong, and now she has to she has to tame the Eldritch god inside of her to save the souls of her family. So this is gonna be this is not a one-off. This is gonna be a series, and it's gonna. I'm trying to explore how Mia is dealing with the Eldritch god that she has inside of her. She doesn't want to wake it up, and what her life is after that, and how the universe treat her, and what adventure she got into. So this is going to be a pretty. I'm not. It's going to be a kind of a big story. I want to explore the characters, and I want to explore the relationship with her family. This is mostly it looks like it has Eldritch God. It will have battles and stuff, but at the core, it's gonna be a family story. Like she just trying to she can access kind of the souls of her family, but. It's trying to make sense of all of this. It's this little girl. She wasn't. She didn't grow properly as an adult, so she's going to have to deal with the moral consequences. Like now she has unlimited power, and the god inside of her is super hungry, and she doesn't have the moral compass. Her family, so. She wants to every time this god kind of eats the souls of destroys a planet and it's the souls of everyone, kind of the core of the Eldritch god opens up, and she can inside of her she can see and interact with her family. So this is a little girl who loves her family and wants to be around them. So she is torn between if I destroy this planet, I get to see my mom, my dad for maybe an hour or two. But the more souls this god consumes, the more it's closer to awaken. And if this god awakens, it will pop into reality, destroying her and her family. So it's gonna be fun.
The panel work is just so interesting,
so immersive.
I know, that's what I'm saying. These panels, right, Jen?
This is incredible.
This one here with the two hands grabbing, right? So
yeah.
They're not all uniform. Each page is significantly different from the previous one.
It's like you're getting moments. It's
very engaging.
Very
meaningful. Yeah, that's so cool.
This is not some Basilisk stuff here.
No,
this is not Basilisk.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was thinking it.
It's not even plot holes. I mean, this is visually. This is no offense, Sean Murphy, but I mean, this is just so eye-catching.
Yeah.
That you want to literally look at every square inch of the page, because it's incredible, and to know that you do all this, that's all you.
Yep.
You're the only one working on this. That's incredible. Your art technique is amazing too, because you have an anime style in there, but it's not your traditional anime. It seems like you've created such your own style that's so unique that you can see all your influences.
I like that it's about the Eldritch god, but it's not typical Cthulhu style of art. It's really colorful, and you kind of
vibrant.
It's kind of hopeful, but it's not hopeful at all based on the story. So
Eldritch got some pastels.
This is what I love, because I really think we're in a golden age of crowdfunding. I think this is really the way to go for excellent creators out there, and this is the thing that makes me proud to be yeah, I'm part of the crowdfunding community. To see work like this up there, because this looks just, dude, it's so amazing. I now when you start getting script and everything into this, Will you do like any samples, or will you, if you keep the on-demand up, will you post anything with any of the lettering and stuff in it?
Yeah, I will post the lettering, but as for a script, I don't really work with script. Like, it's been so long since I've been working on storyboarding that I only use like story bits. Like I know like in page 1 this happens, and up until this point, maybe page 10, this other stuff happens. So the way I work is that I want to explore the characters. I want them to act on their own, if that makes sense. Like how will this character interact? And I don't script that because it's very on the moment. Like, okay, so this character will interact like this, and I will I'll give them some room to to be themselves, to explore the characters. That's what I really love about manga. It's that like I really love One Piece, and you really get to know the characters and you really get to know their their personalities. That even if you're not following the manga, if you put them in a random situation, like, you know exactly how they will act. Like you know them so much that you know how they will act and how will they interact with themselves. So that's what I'm leaving some space so the characters can properly grow, and people can make their own stories about this.
Nice. See that little cyber frog here?
Yes.
There you go. Nice.
Yes, it's actually here.
Oh, you have it.
In fact, it's right here.
It's like, what?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these are sketch cards. If you want some original art, like I have some on the campaign.
Very cool.
So
this is what I love. I love what you did this though, Jose, because this is a way to get something custom that's from you, that's another piece of the art, whether it's a cyberfrog or it's another interpretation, and it just expands what makes a campaign fun versus just going and getting something off the shelf, right, at the shop, which is cool too. But this, like, it's a more an immersion into what you do as an artist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome, Death Metal Hero. What's
Luke,
up? Welcome.
Luke is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Dude, one of the best.
Yeah. He's always in the chat.
Yeah,
Good to
Luke's
have
one
him.
of the best, man.
So you got 3 stretch goal levels unlocked right now. You got UV spot cover, the vinyl sticker set, and the create new jobs.
Yes.
I like that. Create new jobs.
Oh my gosh, a
Flatter.
flatter. Yes, you definitely need a flatter. That would make your life so much easier.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then Heroin Burst said, hail Luke at Death Metal Hero and Phil's Aid Comics. Dr. Moss, hail all. First time I saw this, I knew I was backing it. Awesome. There's
That's
one of your
what you like to
backers
see.
right there, Jose.
Thanks a lot.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Awesome, man. This is great.
Jen, explain to us, what is a flatter for anybody out there who doesn't know what a comic book flatter is? What do they do?
Okay, so it's kind of like a coloring book. You just do like if he's wearing a green shirt, you just color it green. If it's like a red sky, you just color it red, and then the colorist will go back and add the shadows and the highlights. Really, when you have like such small details, you really like rubble going everywhere against a sky. You got to sit there and color every single little piece of rubble a different color so that way it stands out. So it just makes the whole coloring process so much. It takes all the tedious work out of it. So yeah, flatters are very, very important. I did that for a couple of years. It's horrible. I hated it.
Yes.
I hated it.
It's pretty horrible. That's I started in the comic book industry as a flatter, and I hated every single moment
it's
of
really
it.
horrible. Yeah.
You're just
I love
laying
how
all the
you're like-
base coats.
It's
I love
because
how
the
you're
boring
like-
part is the shadows and highlights. Doing the base colors, that's the boring part, and that's hours and hours of work.
I love that you made it sound so like it's so important, it's so necessary. God, I
is.
hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I know, you just talked about how much you hated this job, and you're like, you create more work that people hate, you know?
Oh, that's silly. That's just silly. But man, anyone out there that's watching this, I mean, check this out. If you haven't backed yet, I recommend you back it. I mean, this is visually an amazing, amazing book, and I'm sure the story is going to be just as good as this book looks. So help us share it. You know, keep spreading the word. This is in demand. Hope it's going to be in demand for a little while. You know, share it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, or if you're a fellow streamer like we are here on the POPXP, you know, please reach out to Jose, get him on your streams, talk about Lumina VHOX. I mean, you know, help spread the word and get this going, because I want to see this series continue. I'm going to back this myself, because this just looks gorgeous, Jose. I really am. I'm like really blown away by the art in this. It truly is, like, you know, makes me proud to be like, sure. Yeah, you know, you're part of this community. This is what's coming out of, you know, indie comics, crowdfunding. I mean, really keep it up. Now, what else, like, besides this book, are you working on anything else? Like, are you going to do like one Lumina VHOX and do like another campaign for another book? Are you just going to keep going with this? What are your plans? What are your crowdfunding plans?
Whoa, like, I have a lot of projects going on. Like, the thing is, like, I want to make this my full-time job, you know, like making my own comics. I'm done working for, you know, the machine. So I want to do my own IPs. I want to do my own everything. Right now I'm working with other people here on Crowdfund. So I pretty much just finished 2 books before finishing this. I mean, I still haven't finished this. I probably will finish another book called Tiger Blue. I did another called Immortal Rising. They're already finished. They are like 50, 60-page books already done. And I have another book coming called Ginger and Luna. That's kind of my, like my manga thing that I want to do. And I already have like the first 280 pages for that. So it's gonna be like manga volumes, like really thick. But that's gonna be a slower story. It's kind of more like a monster survival story, people surviving to monsters and stuff. And I have like, I don't know, maybe 6 stories I want to make. But I'm pretty much just trying to leave my day job as of right now, you know, trying to leave storyboard. I still storyboard, you know, for in the morning. Like, I work for Mondays to Saturdays, like every day. And then I just come back and I start popping some pages. And then after I work on the other paid projects. Like every 3 pages I do for other projects, I get to do one of mine. So if I could have only enough time to work, to have, you know, 1 day for myself, to have 1 week for myself, like I can, you know, produce a lot of stuff. And I just really want to keep producing and producing and producing. I have tons of comics coming up. This is gonna be Lumina VHOX. The first Reg Goal was going to add more pages, so it's not gonna be just 80. It's gonna be like 120 for the first volume. But for the next campaigns, I'm going to do something very manga-like in black and white, only 60 pages, and it's gonna be kind of this. It's kind of if you like Darkstalkers, Guilty Gear. I don't know. Darkstalkers, Guilty Gear, and what else? And Mad Max. It's kind of like
cool.
It's kind of like a fusion of that. It's very battle oriented, but it's kind of adventure like. A lot of there's a lot of bounty hunters. There's a lot of stuff going on, and as I love manga.
Gonna read that book. I want to read that book right now.
I know,
Why are we
man.
waiting for that? We're ready to back that.
Oh, so if you want to read that, just back Lumina VHOX. Get me free out of my
out of jail.
You can free me out of my day job, and I can start doing this because I love it. I love doing comics, and I want to produce as much as I can. You know, like I really want to tell these stories. I've been a professional, and I only study animation. I only work in animation in order to get faster to do comics. Like I don't want this to be a Netflix show. I don't want this to be an Amazon Prime original. I don't want any of that. I want this to be comics. Like that's me. That's if anyone else is gonna do the animation, okay, you can do it, but I get to do the story and I get to do the comic,
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool, man. Well, good luck to you. And I mean, I'm sure you're going to keep, just gaining backers and backers and backers on this. And hopefully you'll definitely get to that point, because this looks awesome, dude. It really does. This looks great. I'd love to have you back on just to go like talk about some of your technique and stuff on another show, because the combination of what you put together is really just all encompassing. Like, you just want to sit and look at every bit of it. It's so detailed. So detailed.
Yeah. Because Nile also prides himself as an artist who, doing 1,000 panels a week isn't a big deal for. So he would be like,
you mean 2,000? Oh,
Yeah, man. Like, I was an art teacher for 6 years now. I did some teaching on DreamWorks. Like, I was the guy who reviewed the portfolios, and if you were like good enough, but you still, like a little push, like you need perspective, you need to learn about camera movement, you need to learn something about composition. They usually sent me your way, so I could just, give you some pointers. So I did teach a lot of students. I want to do this, maybe do some teaching here in the US. Most of my audience, I'm from Mexico, so I decided to bring all the knowledge from these studios to Mexico at an affordable price, because going study abroad, it's pretty much impossible. So I had like hundreds of students, and they are already working, on Cartoon Network, Sony, Disney. So it's cool, and I really love to share knowledge. So that'll be fun. That's my element, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, congratulations on everything that you're doing and what you're doing with teaching and your work. And I don't know if anyone else has any questions or anything for Jose. Jen, Adam, Grizz?
I just want to say, I've been reading a lot of comics now that I've been doing this show, and I run into this like, oh, this panel work is boring. I'll read the story, but not really like engage in the art. And the fact that you just showed me all this art that didn't even have dialogue.
No dialogue on it, and I'm still
about the dialogue. The panels speak for itself. Just so interesting. Just those few couple of pages. So I'm very excited.
Thanks a lot.
And if you've got Jen happy, Jose, you have done the impossible. Even SGM was struggling to get Jen happy. So this is impressive.
This is an impressive.
Seal approval.
I feel like she might have something new for her sack too.
Yeah, in my sack.
It inspired Goth Jen.
It inspired Goth Jen.
I've only been doing this show for a few weeks now, but I will say the one thing I've noticed for sure is how much everyone on this panel appreciates unique artwork, and you've got that in spades, buddy. You got you got artwork that is truly something special. We're all into it.
Yes.
So Jose, man, thanks so much for coming on the show and chatting with us. I'll continue to push your campaign through my social network media as well, just to kind of help spreading the word of Vox. Lumina VHOX out there, and you'll be hearing from me again. I'd love to have you back on the show to talk more about comics and technique and everything. I think it'd be great.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Jose.
Thanks, Jose. Good to
have a
see
great
you,
night. Appreciate it. You'll see my name as a backer shortly.
Yes.
All right,
and then he'll ask for a refund a couple days later. Just
right when you're ready to shut down, I'm gonna refund it.
Yeah, refund it. Yeah.
All right, Jose. Have a great night. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Damn, Adam.
He's a cool guy, right?
Yeah,
that art
Adam,
is
good job.
ridiculous. Oh my God, I loved it. I absolutely loved that.
That's why I had to help him out, because it's like when I saw what he was doing, and he's just such a genuine guy. I'm like,
my
man,
gosh.
This guy's got to get out there. He's doing something really special.
Yeah. Are you going to help him with fulfillment too?
So he actually has a whole strategy down in Mexico that he's got worked out. And I hate to mess with his system that he's got, because there's just some distinct advantages of you can like print locally, because shipping costs have gone through the absolute roof as of late in the last year, and paper products have got because there's shortages in China, and so it's like it's kind of a real struggle. So he can actually do it a better deal if he can get it done locally. How he's got his system set up.
Nice,
So,
nice.
but I'm there to help him out in any way, and I love to continue to work with Jose myself on projects. He's really a special guy. So
Yeah, no, amazing, awesome. Thank you for bringing him on. That was really cool. I love what that guy's doing.
it got Jen happy.
I know.
Right?
Boom, Grizz, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it, Grizz.
Pull you out.
Guys
Good
around.
pick, buddy.
High fives around. Now here's another great pick. Not really. Jen. No. Ray.
All agreed. Are we talking about Ray?
We're talking about
The
Ray.
trailer was so good. I feel like I watched the trailer and I
Right.
was like, okay, I'm pretty interested in this.
What did I think the first thing we talked about was a
Ray.
comic, and I'm like, I only got like 2/3 away. Everyone's like, oh, I read it. And this one, I'm like, yeah, I watched the whole thing. I don't even know what the heck I watched. And you guys are like, yeah, we just watched the first one.
You watched all
I
of
watched it.
Yeah.
We talked about it. We said just watch the
I
first
watched it
one.
before we
We said,
decided.
save yourself. Save yourself, Niall.
I'll lead you all. Just stay. I'll take this one. I'm
I
sacrificing.
will say, maybe just based on the way you guys reacted to it, I went in expecting an absolute garbage truck on fire, and I didn't get a garbage truck on fire, so like I didn't completely hate it.
Yeah.
But-
I can see it.
You guys made it
it's-
sound like this was going to be the worst thing I'd seen all year,
Yeah.
and it's not.
I mean, I think what happened, Jen, is Jen recommended it. You see the trailer and you're like, oh, this could be really cool.
Yeah, the
And you watch
trailer.
that first-
really- yeah.
Yeah, and you watch that first, and you're like, oh, it's kind of different because I love Bollywood and Indian-based stories, and I'm like, oh, this could be really interesting. And then you get done with you're getting halfway through that first episode, and you're like, wait a
What just
minute,
happened?
what's happening here? How come this isn't interesting at all? How come I'm like looking for anything else to busy myself with? And then you get done with the episode, and you're like, there's 3 more? You know, it's like it was an effort to get through it, and it's kind of a shame because there's definitely some talented parts of it. You know what I mean? There was some interesting camera work. There was some interesting stylistic things.
Yeah, it's well shot for sure.
It's not like the guy who made it was incapable. I mean, he's a very capable person and talented, but it just was like.
I don't know if when
When
you
you
think
got
it was
done,
like the adaptation for like an English audience or something about the script. And after I watched all of them, I went online. I looked for reviews because I wanted to see if anyone was sharing my point of view, my opinion on it. And I thought like the script was pretty kind of clunky and it didn't like work. Like it was kind of like jumping to points where I'm like, wait a minute, I think this is about this, but it may be about this, or why is this even like there was like weird points of like time that were missing in the story for explanation.
Yes.
And a lot of reviews were kind of saying that, like, you know, they kind of had high hopes for this because who wrote these short stories? You know, it's a very famous author. That
I thought maybe the disconnect in the time structure of this was like I thought it might be on purpose to kind of aid in the mystery aspect of this first film, but it like I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to justify it because like yeah, I felt that way too. A lot of it felt a little disjointed, and then the overall narrative, the overall mystery was a little paint by numbers, you know, for me. You know, little too straightforward.
Yeah. And again, for those out there that are listening to us talk right now, this is Ray on Netflix. It came out on June 25th, which has been like last week or something. And it's four short stories that were adapted to 4 episodes here. And I watched all 4. Everyone else was smart and watched just the first one. But
I mean, a 4-hour commitment to
What
Ray.
did you like the most out of all 4?
Yeah.
Did you like the most?
the third one.
The third one.
So that one he was about basically a criminal who like corrected his ways, but the guy who he stole from where like his life changed, they meet again. But then ultimately they find out they're the same person. So like he thought he took something
Spoiler
away
alert.
from something good.
Dude,
And then-
there's nothing wrong with a couple spoilers.
Yeah, I have.
The ending.
No, I didn't tell you the ending. That's not the ending.
That's not the ending.
That's not the ending. That's something that happens, but that's not the ending. That is the best one. The third one's the best one. I'm just saying.
But you still wouldn't recommend watching them to get to the third one.
No, and you know what kind of got me is like by the time I got to the third, I'm like, are these English dubbed?
Yeah. Okay. So
The first one I didn't think was.
No,
But
it's
then
in
the rest
English.
of them,
The
like-
first one's The first
I think the first one's
English.
legit in English.
No.
Yes, it's
there. I had to put on subtitles. I could not understand anything they were saying, and it was like a
just
sentence, and half of the sentence was in
Really?
English, and then the other half was like not
In Hindi.
That's a very common thing. They,
in India. Yeah.
in India, they jump between English and Hindi
Yeah, I was like,
very regularly.
what is going
yeah.
on?
So,
I had to-
yeah, so you had to have subtitles on, but for me, it was just automatically on. Like the subtitles were
No.
But it was automatically on, but it felt also to the dialogue. It felt a little mumbled, right?
Yeah.
Like the conversations were a little mumbled, and the audio was low in the mix.
yeah.
And so it ended up a little just kind of sloppy. And I agree with
Yeah.
you, which is very common, right? The switching between English and Hindi happens all the time, and also too for people naturally there in the country. But it was just like, but because it was just a little sloppy, it was a little harder to hear. You're just like, you were fighting to get in, and so you just resorted to it being a foreign film, even though it wasn't exactly. There's something odd about that. It just made it harder to digest, even though I'm a subtitles man,
Yeah. I had no issue watching it. I understood everything.
Yeah, I understood.
That was
I understood it. I just wasn't
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, it just didn't land. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it just didn't land.
Yes. So Luke, this is not about Ray Bradbury, for the record. It's not about Ray Bradbury. It's about another guy who lives several thousand miles away on the other side of the planet. No Ray Bradbury. No Ray Bradbury.
And then, can I just say I'm super digging goth JVD tonight?
I have fuchsia eyeshadow. Actually, so sub to Kat. Kat got me this eyeshadow palette, and so I decided to use it today, and it matched my shirt, so that's why I went bright fuchsia. She got it for me, so thanks, Kat.
Cat Beans is really awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's really
chat
awesome.
right now.
Really awesome needs to watch us on YouTube so that I can give her an honorary wrench.
Oh, I didn't know you had to do that on YouTube.
Whoa.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you can't mod YouTube comments from Twitch.
Yes. yes.
Can you mod Twitch comments from YouTube?
No.
It's a negative.
That's a
Two big
negative.
Fortune 500 companies that silently hate each other.
I don't even know if it's that
What?
silent.
They love
Amazon
each
and
other.
Google.
They love each other.
Yeah, that's
You know
right,
what's
Jeff. It's
cool?
probably not silent at all, actually. It's just straight up. Yeah, it's just straight up. We hate
We
you
did
over
get a
there.
they
redemption.
they
though.
see each other at conventions. They just flip each other off.
Yeah, they
That's exactly.
But
So,
there was a redemption at Grizz.
There was a redemption.
There was, because we got to watch a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man. Now this is a cover of the book because there was no poster for the trailer I could find. This thing
No.
is freaking insane. Like, I
It
wish I
is.
thought of this.
It's
I'm gonna-
so epic. It
I'm
is
gonna have a
so
book
epic.
called Circular Saw Gal. And she's just gonna have like circular saws coming out of her. But it was like I'm so intrigued.
So
And you-
okay, I have a quick question.
What is it? Yeah, let's.
Did you just
Chainsaw
watch
Man.
the
You can
trailer?
also watch it on your read it on your Kindle as well. It's
Look at that.
awesome. The glare is coming. Chainsaw Man.
Look at that little Kindle. How cute is that? Look at that little cute little
Yeah,
Kindle.
see.
Hey, little Kindle.
Yep.
So you just watched the trailer, Nile? Jen, you also
I just
watched
watched
the
the
trailer?
trailer.
Yeah, I just
Correct.
watched the
Oh, you
trailer.
didn't read you didn't read volume 1? Okay.
So I read the first 3 issues of the manga as well. I wanted to know, and I read that after I watched the trailer. After just watching the trailer, do you have any idea what this show's actually about?
Yeah, that was my
Awesome.
thing about the trailer. There's literally no information about anything about it.
I'll tell you what
I
it's
think
about.
didn't you get the feeling that this trailer though, Grizz, was like having read it, so you know what it is. That
Yeah.
this was built as an inside deep cut. This trailer.
100%. This is for people who
this
are
was
already
like a-
fans.
Yeah.
That's right. It was a teaser drop that was built to like incite the core fan base versus bring in new folks. Because the core of the story with Chainsaw Man is it's about a teenage boy or 18, early college age kid who's essentially orphaned and he's living in this shack. He's got no money and he's hunting devils for the Yakuza to pay off his dead father's debt to the Yakuza, right? And he befriends this little chainsaw devil that's like his little dog buddy who he cuddles at night, but he happens to have a chainsaw sticking out of the
He's
center
a
of his
chainsaw
head.
snout.
Chainsaw sound. And what happens is, and I don't think this is a spoiler because this is
It's issue
without
1.
This, it's issue 1 right at the beginning. So what happens is he ultimately ends up getting killed, our main boy. But as he's dying, this chainsaw devil goes into his heart and keeps him alive. So he's merged with this chainsaw devil. And when devils merge with humans, they give them certain powers, right? That's part of the myth of this story. It happens with some of the Yakuza, et cetera, et cetera. So then he gets this on his chest. He has like a little zip pull, like when you start a chainsaw. And so when he gets into trouble, particularly with the Yakuza, he pulls the ripcord, and his hands become chainsaws, and he gets a chainsaw coming out of the center of his head, right? And he can like tear through gangsters or any sort of devils. And so devils are kind of the villains in this story, except you have there's the Yakuza, the gangsters, the devils, and some of the devils turns out might be okay. And then the Yakuza are always bad in general. And then you've got our main character, Denji, who's trying to get his dad's debt paid off. But it's just the wildest, raddest tale. It's I think part of why manga is so special, because who has that story, right? Like, if you pull a ripcord in your chest and chainsaws, and you go to town, and you're like, and yet it somehow is intimate because he was friends with this little devil that was like his puppy that like kept him warm at night.
His name's Pochita.
Really unique story.
I have to say though, I kind of disagree with you a little bit there, Adam.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, I loved it. First off, I love the trailer. I am going to watch that whenever it's available. But as someone who was completely unfamiliar with Chainsaw Man, that trailer actually made me want to see it. Like, it actually made me want to explore it because it just looked so dark and cool. And because the character is designed, I mean, let me put this image back up so you all can see this. I mean, that does not like draw any curiosity. Like, how does that, like, I need to know how he becomes that. Like,
right, but you only see that for a split second in the trailer.
Yeah, but they show enough that you see, all you see here, you get to see in the trailer. You see the arms, you see the head, you see him moving, and it's just neat. And what gets me, honestly, is their teeth in the trailer. Everyone's teeth. It's like
sharp.
It's like, are they all in like a demon realm? What is going on? I need to know. God,
are we gonna watch the trailer?
Should we test it?
No, don't get banned.
Should we test it? What if we?
You showing the trailer is gonna get us banned if we talk about it?
I think if we're talking over it, you would not. But
let's all right, we're gonna
also keep it muted.
Trailers are getting banned.
we could mute it because it's only music, right?
The only problem is whether or not the music, like obviously they have it licensed for their trailer. We don't necessarily have it licensed.
It's called co-streaming, and I think most people now do it. Like, for example, I'm doing EA Play Live for EA this year, and all of our music has the co-stream live rights. And they may not have done it, but most at least in the video game world, and I think most anybody in the professional film world now gets co-streaming rights, which allows
people can live react to stuff.
They can live react to it.
That talks about poop. That's a fun one. I get this now, so I'm like, what's it trying to tell me? Do I need to like get you send away to get your bowels inspected, and they put you on a great probiotic stuff.
Look,
welcome. We love poop.
I just gotta say, these ads are targeted, so something about your life has led them to believe this is important for you, Nile.
You have a poop issue.
I have a poop issue.
Your poop should feel just
I just love
like
the way
a
it
perfectly
feels.
ripe banana.
No, I'm joking. That's disgusting.
Ew.
Not a sponsor.
So here we are. This is it. Should I mute it? Mute it?
Immediately, I'm like, I love dark gritty, so
yes.
I was like, okay, all right, into this.
I have something I want to say about that when we're done with this, Jen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so the teeth was a great choice.
The teeth is a great choice.
I love the dirty dishes and the cat. The teeth, though. The teeth. Why are their teeth like that? I'm telling you, they must be. They're like evil. They're all evil. How gorgeous is that animation, though?
Yeah,
it's beautifully animated. That's the thing that I'm most excited about.
So much depth to the animation is what I like.
I know. Look, it's what we were saying about Batman that's so disappointing. It's like Batman just looks like somebody in After Effects took some still images and slid them around, whereas this is like Look at how alive it all is. All
There
the
you go.
motion.
There's your 1.5 seconds of Chainsaw Man. The entire trailer.
But it works though. Like you tell me that does not like get you curious.
It definitely got me curious. That's why I went and read the first 3 issues. I'm like, okay, what the hell is this even about? Because that trailer
Look at this guy. Look at
didn't
this.
tell me
What is
didn't
that?
tell me anything. I mean, I guess when your premise is we've got a guy with chainsaws for hands, that's really all the premise you need to get most people to be like, oh, I might check that out. But as far as the dark gritty thing,
Let's get this quoted. We need this on posted somewhere. I dig all your honesty and enthusiasm about the topics. You guys are the 4 horse men of pop culture.
well, that's very nice.
That's where we're trying to go.
Take it.
Thanks,
We will
Chris.
take it.
So
Thank you, Chris.
the dark grittiness of this trailer, really cool. The first thing I noticed when reading through the first 3 issues is it is not all dark and gritty. There's enough lightheartedness to
There's
the manga.
finger biting. Did you see the finger biting?
I'm not gonna like it. Oh.
Look at this.
Give
Look at
it
this.
a shot, Jen. For me, there's enough of it to where because I need a little bit of relief from it, just the dark depression, all that. I need a little bit of relief from that for me to enjoy it.
Chris, look at
Thank
the
you, Nile.
romance.
I'm actually talking about something right now.
Look at the romance.
But Grizz, I agree with
It's a
you.
romance,
That's
Grizz.
actually what makes I think the manga so exceptional is because if it was just this dark brooding thing the entirety of the time, that just gets heavy even for people who like it. Like I like the dark brooding stuff too.
Yeah.
But it has these nice intimate moments, kind of sad moments, and it has some hopeful bits in there. Which I think kind of is explained, like the people playing volleyball or playing with the ball there on the beach.
Yeah.
Like it has these moments. So as a result, like the moments of darkness are rewarded because there is some moments of light. But yeah, Jen, I think this would be up your alley when it comes to like, something.
That's what I was going to say. It's not all dark and gritty, which to me is a good thing because if it's all one note, that's going to get boring. Even if it's a note that I like, it's going to get played out. But because there's enough variance in the narrative tone, I'm fully invested already. Like I read the first 3 issues. I intend to continue reading it. So
Now,
I'm already set up to watch this show as soon as it's out. I'm on board.
Now, where did you find the manga to watch? You found it. It was available.
Oh yeah, it's available on the Shonen Jump app. The first 3 issues are available for free on the Shonen Jump app. If you want to keep reading after that, it's $1.99 per month to read everything in their catalog. Which is not
so
bad.
Shonen Jump. So what's interesting is the Shonen Jump. So there's a couple ways to get it because when you buy it on Kindle, because what you're seeing is the first 3 chapters. When you buy it like on Kindle or like I have a hard copy as well, you get it. You get a volume which is usually 8 to 10 chapters, whereas the chapters are because the way. So anybody doesn't know from manga, at least the core of it, it releases through Shonen Jump, which is like 2000 AD. It has like 10. Short chapters in it, right? Different mangas in it, and so you get that each month, and that's how like mangas like begin their fire in Japan, right? So it's like, the story that's cool in Shonen Jump then keeps on going.
That's where My Hero Academia, became huge.
Broke.
Everything. All the big stuff gets its start in one of those. Not necessarily. It's not all Shonen Jump, but one of those kind of magazines is where all these things get their start.
Yeah,
that's right. That's totally true. Yep.
Cool. So we'll keep an eye. Jen? Did you find a release date on that? Did they say when?
Late this year.
Late
They
this
didn't
year?
give like an exact date.
Nice. When that comes out, though, we have to review it. We'll definitely have to review that.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's dive into some gaming. Let's get some gaming. Let's do what do we want to do? Let's get into some video gaming, and then after that, we're going to show something large.
Whoa!
And also, don't forget we got some memes.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing.
We got some memes to share as well.
We're gonna get to. I'm gonna save those for the end because they're.
Just saying, we got a lot going on tonight.
We got a lot.
So, for the gaming thing that I wanted to talk about this week, one of the big announcements from Microsoft this week was that the Xbox Cloud Gaming is now available to all Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. And what this service is, Game Pass is a whole library of games that you pay $15 for the Ultimate Edition that gets you access on PC and on console, or $10 a month for either PC or console. But it gets you a library of hundreds of games that you can download and play as much as you want. And now with xCloud, they've it's cloud gaming. So now you don't even actually have to download things. You can just log in on your laptop. Like this weekend, I'm going up to Indiana to visit my family. I'm going to be playing the same games on my computer up in Indiana that I would be playing down here, and I don't have to download jack. A lot of people have said that cloud gaming is something they perceive as the future of gaming. And there's we had a lot of people. Stadia, Google Stadia came out, and that got some mixed reaction. But I got to say, I've played a little bit with this xCloud, and I love it. Obviously you have to have a pretty decent internet connection to be able to stream with the zero latency issues. But man, if you've got that, this is unbeatable. Have you guys looked into this at all?
I have actually been looking into this, and I was like, I really want to test it. But then like the beta sign up thing was closed. Now, is this isn't released yet though, is it?
No, you can do this now. If you are a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can do this now.
So it is available now.
Yeah. And so Catherine's got a question in the chat, if you could pull that up. What does this mean for computer and hardware? As long as you've got a decent internet connection, it doesn't matter what kind of hardware you've got, because it's all being run on Microsoft servers elsewhere in the country.
I think though that she's saying there, Grizz, though, is I think that it's cloud based, but it still has to be pumping through your computer and your system ultimately.
Yeah, but you don't need high end.
There has to be some minimum requirements, right?
Sure, but you don't
like a 16 gig RAM, but you don't need.
You're not going to need a graphics card. You're not going to need one of the 3090s or
You're going to play those games the same on your high end.
You can play them on your phone,
on your cell phone, because you're just streaming it. So now that is the thing though. So what comes up with hardware, right? If this is the future, that means we're not going to stores. There's no. What are you going to do? What's your Xbox going to be at that point? What's your PS5?
This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. I've been talking with some of the other guys, developers deep in the FPS space, and they feel like this is the future as well too. Because think about it: is if you don't need a monster PC, and you don't also need the latest next gen console, right? Yeah. And it's really just Microsoft who can push the tech. They can manage it so much more effectively than, like you're saying, like you get the wrong graphics card and you're just mad, right?
Yeah.
And you're in Cyberpunk 2077 land, and it's like. Whereas, and also too, what this opens the door for is like the kind of devices you can play on, right? Like you can now all of a sudden you can build to something that's convenient, but doesn't necessarily have all the muscle that you needed beforehand. That's pretty cool.
And you can, like we were saying, you can play this. Obviously, it's available on PCs, but the big news for me was that now you can play it on like iPhones and iPads through your browser on those devices.
Can you go through your
but
Switch?
are the apps available? Are the apps available?
Not through Switch yet. No, so it's not an app. You go through your Google Chrome browser on your phone or your Safari browser, and you just go to the website xbox.com/play, and boom, you log in and pick a game, start playing. And you can connect your controllers to your phone through Bluetooth, because all these new controllers have Bluetooth enabled now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think especially if you're someone who travels a lot, like I know that everyone here travels a lot for conventions and for work and all that stuff. This is such a convenient way to take your gaming with you on the go, and it's as bite-sized as you want. There's so little setup involved. Like if I wanted to hop on to play MLB The Show for 15 minutes, on my lunch break, I can do that. I can do that at my office. I can do that at home. I think this is exciting stuff, and I know that Stadia was like a first step for a lot of people in venturing into this cloud gaming space. But I just think Microsoft is doing it so much better, and they already have a library of games through Game Pass that Stadia can't even come close to matching so far.
What is that? What is that girl? The girl in the top left corner, Grizz, and you see she starts out like this, and she rotates it, and it looks like a Switch. What is she on? So
that's on a phone, and she's bought. I forget what it is. There's a controller adapter for your phone.
Okay, so it's phone based, but gotcha, an adapter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But so when I do it, I'm just using my Xbox controller connected with Bluetooth. That easy.
Amazing.
But yeah, I'm very excited about this.
Cool.
What do you think, Jen?
I bought. It's like cool, like a Switch, because people love the portability of it. But now you can play things other than Switch games. So and you don't need like a crazy expensive laptop or gaming PC. So yeah, and you're not having to buy a whole console like a Switch or anything. You even need to own an Xbox to be able to do this. You can
as long as you have an Xbox Game Pass membership, you don't even have to have an Xbox. You do have right now. You have to have the Ultimate membership, which, like I said, is $15 a month. But like I said, hundreds of games available throughout the rest of the year. They're adding at least one major release is going to be day and date available in stores and on Game Pass. So you can either go pay $65 for it in store or pay $15 for it, per month for Game Pass. It's a no-brainer for me. I play a lot of games.
We're in a subscription world now. Everything's subscription.
100%.
Yeah, no, I can get excited about this because I feel like that's if you could have the flexibility of not, like you're saying, not Switch, and also a flexibility of next gen gaming, but not have to have the next gen console and be in the console chase. You know what I mean? Which I don't love that myself. Every few years you got to dump your stuff, get the new console, and it only does one thing. That's nice.
Yeah. My only thing though is that I don't like about this I love I really do like the subscription stuff. I have things for pretty much as long as I want them, and then they're gone. I'm getting the full gamut of everything, right? But my only thing is I don't know if you know this, and I just discovered this when we were suspended for 90 days, from going live, that my internet had actually had a data cap of 1 terabyte. And 1 terabyte is a lot of data to transfer online. It truly is, actually. And with all these services, right, and then starting to stream high-end games, it's got to kill your phone data. You're not going to be sitting out on just your cellular data playing the game. If you have data caps now they're doing, because everyone's streaming, so now all the providers we have to get more servers, we have to do this, we have to build a bigger infrastructure, internet's costing more. They're now actually charging us for more data, they're capping us at certain points, and then they're dialing us. What do they do? Shit, I can't think of the word. Come on, Chris, help me out.
Well, I'm just thinking Comcast, charges an additional fee if you go over your data cap.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
They go over the fee, but they also slow down your internet.
Oh, throttling.
Throttling.
Yeah.
They throttle you down. Yeah. So I mean, what is this? What are these services going to do though? I mean, that's the thing is are they going to end up costing us more money in the long run versus just buying a console in the game? Now I got to pay more for internet. Now I got to pay more for data. Now I got to pay my monthly subscriptions.
I mean,
what
the gaming
space
is a mess. I saw one of our commenters said, another subscription to pay for instead of actually owning the games. There it is.
The champion.
The fact of the matter is, with the way games are done these days, when you buy even a physical copy of the game, you're actually only buying a license to play the game. You don't actually own the game. And if they shut down the servers later, if you can't do your data check-in, because that's why you frequently have to be connected to the internet. Eventually, you're not going to be able to play that game anyways. Now, is that right? No. I would prefer if I owned my games and actually owned them. But that's the way the industry has changed, and it's tough to say.
There's so much of them are live service based now, anyways. That there isn't the idea that you have a game that's totally complete inside of the one cartridge that you get or Blu-ray or whatever it is just.
That's gone.
It doesn't really exist anymore. I don't know what to say. I agree. It's a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been really nice to play Cyberpunk without paying the full price for it and not upgrading my computer in order to play it and then be severely disappointed by how terrible it was. So, yeah, that would have been really cool if this would have been able to do that. It would have saved me a lot of time.
So it kind of depends on the games that you're looking at as well. Now, like I said, there are a lot of games coming to Game Pass day one when they first launch, but there's also a lot of games that have been out for years. Some games on Game Pass have been out for decades. They have Xbox 360 games, on this service. So, for me, it's if I missed something a long time ago, it's a great opportunity to play that without having to go find a used copy, that sort of thing. But then it's also, for newer games that I don't want to drop, $60 on and then be disappointed. Because that happens, especially if you're Jen, that happens all the time. But I don't know. I think it's exciting. Is it the future? That remains to be seen. But it's certainly got potential. And as far as the data cap worries, Nile, that's the big issue. with this sort of service is you have to have the internet capabilities for it, and not everybody has access to that. Which is why I don't know that it's.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's why I don't think it's imminent that this is going to be the way things are for everybody, because there's enough people who don't have unlimited data caps, or certainly there's enough people who can't afford to pay for unlimited data caps even when they're available, and they still want to be able to play games. So it's not going to be like, next year they're not going to say, okay, no more physical games. I don't think that's going to be the case. But decades down the road, yeah, could be.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I don't even think decades. I think maybe a decade.
A decade.
Yeah. Let's
get realistic here, Grizz. Come on.
And here's the thing: is what happens also too is they're so highly incentivized for it. For there's 3 reasons why. One is because then they omit the middleman of GameStop. So, for example, when you sell a game for $60, GameStop takes $30 of it, and then you get $30. So the publisher's not even making that much money on it, as much as you think you are, because you lose 50% for your retail outlet, at least, sometimes as much as 60%. So you're not making mad cash anyways. This way, then you control the entirety of the pipeline to the audience. And so even though it's $15 a month, you're actually doing much better. And what you can have is, because you can have a subscription base, which is a steady monthly income, it reports so much better on the NASDAQ and how the stock valuation of your company. So, because I don't know if you know this, is that one of the reasons why video game companies are so adverse to leaks is because when a new game is announced, the stock price goes up, right?
Way up.
and so what happens is, so the valuation of the company, so that company all of a sudden makes $200 million at the announcement of a game because of the stock valuation increase. So that's what happens when you have successful subscriptions, is your stock value goes up, and it actually, instead of it being this crazy roller coaster, you have a much more steady experience. So from a business standpoint, they're super motivated to go this direction.
And let's not kid ourselves. It is a business. Most of these people are in it to make money.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Microsoft is not a $90 billion a year company because they're dumb. That's not how it works.
This isn't a hobby.
It's not a hobby.
But they too, they see Google, they see Amazon at the conventions, they flip each other off, and then they move on with their days.
Yeah. And they go back home and say, how can we get a subscription service that beats their subscription service?
Actually, they're secretly just all working together.
I know.
Read the fine print. They're all working together. So
yeah.
Whatever. But so you know what though? We do got to jump in. We need our recommendation. Oh,
whoa!
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
You said things for 2021 that we're genuinely excited about, right? That we've read, that we were looking forward to in 2021 that's come out. Mine is Monsters. It's a monster of a book. You can see it's this huge thing. It's almost 400 pages. It's this beautiful black and white LA Confidential crime noir story that is absolutely incredible. It's written and drawn by Barry Windsor Smith, who I think is arguably one of the greatest. I think he's greater than Alan Moore. I think because he is that level. He's such an amazing level of writer and artist at the same time. And what made him very famous, because he hasn't done anything for 16 years except for this. He's been working on this. He did Weapon X, that 13-issue run of Weapon X back in the day, right? And then I don't know if you remember this tale, which for me was the most impactful comic book series I read as a young person. And unfortunately, that's why I can never ever watch that movie that Gavin Hood totally destroyed and made the worst realization possible. I have to pretend I never witnessed that film. But anyways, so this is such a different take because it's not superheroes. It's just incredibly captivating. And you can see, I mean, the level of art this guy is
really
delivering,
detailed.
his pages.
Yeah, let's bring that back up. Let's look at those pages.
I mean, you look at these panels that he's delivering. It's just something else.
That's a classic panel layout right there. That's typical what you'd see in Golden Age comics, where they're almost all pretty much the same. So very classic look to those interiors.
And every panel is super detailed. Like
super detailed.
The wood grain, like the streets, the shadows, like every single panel is just details.
He's the whole thing. He's all the art. He's all the lettering. He's all the writing. And he's a guy who comes from a more golden era age. And also, because the story is set in the 60s, that like more older school style to the panel layout kind of takes you back into that time period. It's Why I say LA Confidential, because one of my favorite noir crime stories movies ever made. This promises to be maybe the best noir crime comic book ever made, maybe. So
Wow.
that's my
Ever made.
so maybe it's a maybe. It's because crime noir comic books, there's some of the greats. Sin City, Ed Brubaker has done so many with sex criminals, but this is something else.
Awesome. So that is something you've experienced in your first 6 months of 2021. So what is something you're excited for in the second half of this year?
And I'm gonna reach into Grizz's world just for a bit though, dude, because I know you're the master of video games, and I don't want to.
No, games are for everybody. Get in here.
Knockout City Season 2. Boom. This is truly a joyful game, and I just recently interviewed the creator of the game and the owner of the studio, Violent Studios. Wonderful guy, such an amazing game designer. But what's so interesting about this is he described this game as joyful competition, and I think that's what got me into playing Season 1 of it. And it's like, and then my nephews now started playing it, and it's truly joyful. And I don't know that you get that all the time when you're playing a game. Like there's just
certainly
not
with competitive games.
No, not really, right? And yet it's fun and inviting, and you just kind of hanging out in there. And you know how you kind of have your hideout?
Yeah.
You can kind of have your social area. So it has this hangout, and it's like this dodgeball beyond. It's dodgeball-like in the sense that it's throwing and tossing, but you're jumping through the city. You've got a hang glider. You've got all these ultra passes you can do, and kind of like super bomb balls you can get. It's really something. Anyways, so Season 2 is coming out soon, and anyway, it's just a joyful game.
Awesome. So let's see. Go ahead, Grizz. Go ahead.
It's one of my favorite games of the year so far, and I too am also looking forward to Season 2 because it's a simple game. It is dodgeball, so it's one that's really easy for people to just pick up and jump into. But I've played hours of this with my friends on stream, and we just have a great time every time.
It's like a video game version of the feel of Great British Bake Show.
Yeah.
You just feel kind of good. You get done with it, and you just kind of feel good, right?
Even in games where I've been absolutely trounced, just had the worst game of my life, I still had fun.
And you just can't catch anything. You just
oh my god, I get killed sometimes. It's like I said, I'm still having fun. One of my favorite things to do is spectate my friends while they're playing, and then commentate on it like I'm like the guys in dodgeball.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You're the DJ
we get real
Knockout
mean.
City.
We get real mean.
So Grizz,
there's
man, all right. So then Grizz, what is your picks for the first half of 2021?
So for the first half of 2021, the thing that I thinking through everything I've experienced, the thing that has stood out to me as the best thing that I've seen so far in 2021 is a movie called The Father. If you're an Oscars movies fan, you've probably heard about it. Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor for this performance in this. I mean, it is just a truly sad, tragic movie. It is devastating, but it's also shot and edited in such a way that it's an experience. It's the kind of movie that I don't know if I could ever watch it for a second time because there's no way I would ever experience it as well as I did the first time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that I think you have to watch at least once. The basic plot is Anthony Hopkins' character is suffering from memory loss. They don't make it explicitly clear if it's Alzheimer's or sundowning, which we talked about in an earlier episode. But he's experiencing some problems with his memory, and his daughter is trying to take care of him. And the way they approach this is just mind-blowing. I absolutely loved it. Deserved all the accolades it got for sure.
Am I going to cry, Jeff?
Oh, it's so sad. You will definitely cry.
I have to watch it then. I love sad things. I'll cry. Do a live reaction, just my face. And
oh, God. She'll get excited as she does when she talks about merch.
just start sweating. So what are you looking forward to, though, for the second half of the year?
So for the second half of 2021, the thing I am most looking forward to is a video game called Deathloop. It's from
I don't know this.
From the makers of Dishonored, which is a really, really popular franchise. And it's borrowing a lot of mechanics that they've used, this is Arcane Studios, that they've used in those previous games. but basically you are a hitman that you're in a time loop, and so like you have so much time to make your kill before it reverts back. And there's also a rival assassin who's trying to kill you in the time loop. But like the use of time, the jumping forward, jumping back, all that stuff is like really cool. It's really unique mechanics. And in the first person genre, it's not all just point and click like in most first person shooters. There's a lot more strategy and timing involved, and that's what I'm really excited about for that one. And that's coming in September.
Oh, nice, awesome.
That
Van
sounds
Damsel.
unique, dude. I'm you sold me on that one, Grizz.
Take a look at the trailer. It's got a really cool aesthetic too. You know, again, funky music. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm in. Okay.
Lady Van Damsel.
Lady Van Damsel.
Quit being so serious.
Oh my God.
Quit being so serious.
What?
Well, way to drop that one in, Niall. That was well done.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So,
Wow,
yes.
I look so.
So
So-
serious.
Jen liked the idea of these memes because she's a big fan of Inside the NBA. So I was
Yes.
like, let's put Jen's head on Charles Barkley.
Yeah. I was like, sparkly. Yeah.
Which is a great counter to what she did to me last week.
I don't know, man. I see you in a different light now.
I know.
Yeah,
you're-
I did a
If I
good
saw you
job.
in that alley, I think we'd be more than friends.
Hard to keep your eyes off me now, isn't it, Niall?
I'll braid your beard. What are you gonna do?
Oh, my face hurts.
All right, Jen. What are your picks? What are your picks, girl?
Okay, so my favorite thing that I have experienced so far this year is actually thanks to this show. I never would have read this if I wasn't made to do it. My pick for most exciting thing is actually The Last Ronin.
Oh.
I'm actually not
Nice.
even like a huge Ninja Turtles fan. I had no expectations going into it whatsoever. But man, that first issue and just like the way you're leading up and you're like, what is going on? It's very mysterious, kind of interesting. And then the last page, you're just like, boom, so good. I loved it instantly, was super interested. The second issue is good. And we read the third issue too. I don't think the fourth one has come out yet, but
Yeah, we've read up to the third issue, so
yeah, we haven't got to the
The
fourth
fourth
yet.
should be next month, right?
Next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that trade. I need that trade.
Or is
Yeah,
it this
definitely
month? It's
have to
July
get
now.
that grade. Yeah.
it's this
No,
this
the
month.
first.
Which we have an invitation to interview Kevin Eastman, but
Yes.
the time
Fingers crossed on
slots.
that.
No, we have it if we want it. It's ours, but the
Oh.
time slot's questionable. We'll all have to chat after the show and see if we can make it.
Yeah,
work.
this is top secret stuff.
yeah.
If I need to take a day off work, you let me know.
Right. And most people are only getting 10 minutes. They're giving us 20. So
Nice.
Say anything unless we confirm it.
I'm just saying.
I can tell him my favorite thing of this year has so far been his comic book.
He'll be like, "What?"
Wow.
So I was
what-
really surprised how much I liked it. So when I was trying
It's
to
so
think of
good.
all the things so far, that was the one thing that really, really stood out to me. I was so surprised by how much I really liked it. So that's my pick. Okay, but even more exciting than that, my most anticipated thing coming up just announced today. You've heard me talk about them on this show before, already mentioned it earlier. Sleep Token announced their new album today.
Drop an air horn. Niall, can you give us an air horn for Sleep Token?
Yes, please.
They released a new single called Alkaline. I listened to it for the first time the last night or the night before last, and I was super into it. Really great. It wasn't my favorite Sleep Token song, but I was still really into it. But then I woke up today, like they announced all this merch. They have their UK site.
Yeah, I'm sweating. Stop talking about merch.
Okay. So my hands are sweating. So I got to go. UK site, the vinyls were sold out. But then I scrolled through the website. Then they had their US site. What? The vinyls were still there, and they had different merch on both sides. So I had to order from 2 different websites all the merch. I got 2 hoodies. I got like 5 shirts.
It's gonna be one hell of a sack.
I mean, this sack is going to be very impressive.
Maybe the whole first half of a show.
The heaviest sack you've ever seen. I am so excited. It's not coming out till September, but they've announced the date. They got the cool artwork. They're very cool with their imagery, like they use a lot of symbolism. I know. So excited. It was my favorite album to come out, Sundowning, the year it came out, and I just like it's emotional connection to me. I like cry sometimes when I listen to it. It's so good. I cannot wait for this album. It might be okay. This is gonna be pretty crazy, but it might be like favorite album of all time. Maybe. I know.
That's a hell of a prediction.
I don't think I've ever said that in my whole life. I don't think I've ever said anything is.
Folks, I think she's serious here. This may be the best album of all time for her.
Yeah, very serious.
Sultry Charles Barkley.
Just to illustrate how big Charles Barkley's head is, I had to blow Jen's up quite a bit to cover Sir Charles there.
Perfect. I love it. So, super exciting news. Breaking news just announced today.
Breaking.
Pumped. I'm going to have a party all by myself to celebrate or something.
You should get Sleep Token on the show.
You need to go have a cigarette right now. I don't know what just happened, but I think yeah, that's awesome. I can't. Now I gotta go with that, right? Like she's like so in love with what.
Yeah, what mediocre thing do you want to?
I know what mediocre shit do I have? Well, the thing that I was
what kind of lame stuff.
I know, just lame stuff. As a comic book guy, that's kind of my thing, right? The thing I've actually loved the most, I thought was a great read, and I have an interview on the channel with Ken Quattro, was his book Invisible Men, which is the trailblazing black artists of the comic book industry. So all the guys that were working in the golden age that no one knew were making these great books. The guys that were truly drawing the books that our grandparents love, that are like the biggest books that you could ever collect. Their stories are here in this book, and it's a pretty thick book. Ken is a comic book historian. He leads many of the historian blogs. Just so much great stuff in here. Even with some African American characters that did get their shot. And it's kind of sad because some of them started off as heroes, right? And they're African American heroes, and then ultimately the publisher's like, you got to make them white. And that's how and then it moved on from them. But what talent! Just comic books are for everyone. They always have been. They always will be. And this book captures that for the creators that didn't have a voice then. He finally gave some of these guys a voice in this book. So I'd highly recommend getting a copy of Invisible Men by Ken Quattro. Awesome guy. I had him on. Check out the interview. It's great what he uncovered and what he did.
I just want to say I'm sorry that we said mediocre and lame. I want to take that back.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome, Nile.
Yeah,
really solid.
No, that's very cool, and I think now you said it right, because the thing about it is comics can't be owned by Marvel, they can't be owned by DC, they can't be owned by Viz, because no one can own art and stories. And that's what's so cool about the medium, and that like one guy alone can make this, and that those amazing guys who were invisible, unfortunately, but they were. They're
raw talent. Raw talent
was all there.
True comic book fans.
They didn't need anybody outside themselves. They needed a big studio money. And they could tell stories with them, and that's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, these guys couldn't even work in the studio. Their assignments were done at home, and then they would have to bring them in, and then someone else's name may go on them, or no name ever went on them. And terrible. The thing is, what's cool though, if you do want to check this book out, watch my interview with Ken. Because he describes, because it's hard. Do you know how hard it was to get information on some of these guys? They worked on some of the biggest stuff in the golden age of comics, but because they were never recorded or documented, it was like scraping barrels trying to get information. It really was word of mouth. Oh yeah, so-and-so did this. Really, do you know them? Is anyone still alive? It's such a piece of history that just never got documented, which should have. And he did the best he could. And an awesome book. Definitely should have it. And that's the thing I think I've prized so far this year, that I read it and was like, wow, nothing else has blown me away yet this year as far as television, documentaries, this and that. That was good. That was unique. There's not too much out there on those creators of color or anything like that. So very, very
such
cool.
a very Nile pick too. That fits you really well. Really happy with that.
He just kind of humbled us all, didn't
he?
Yeah,
Really.
Real selfish. And then he did this benevolent thing.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, we're kind of lousy people. And then there it is.
Oh, I'm about to get really lousy because I can't wait for Suicide Squad 2.
Are you serious?
Okay, I'm actually glad. I'm glad Niall's hyped for this because I'm excited for this one as well.
What?
I think there's a chance. The first one was Here's the thing. The first one, I think, unfortunately, missed its mark. Even though I think the director is really is very talented.
I didn't even like it.
I didn't like it.
It was. I mean, how many times did you cut to Will Smith saying, "We're the bad guys saving the day"?
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, well, it's been 10 minutes. I think people forgot the premise.
Oh, who else is with me right
Kat
now?
likes everything.
Cat's like me.
So happy.
We're very positive people.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I think it's got.
Jen, stop being a monster right now, okay? Kat is a good person. We don't need this right now, okay?
Yeah, thank you for that.
Kat, you are a good person, and you're nice, and you like everything, and everyone likes you, and don't listen to this monster.
It matches my shirt. Holy shit.
It does. Whoa.
Exactly the same.
Whoa, please show us.
Show us, please.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, don't look at my boobs, but like, look. I went to
Okay.
my X-Files shirt because we're talking about aliens today.
Don't look at my boobs yet. The graphic is literally right there. And then she literally puts them in
Look
front
at
of the
the
camera.
words, okay?
She wants to
Yeah,
believe.
but the illustration's better than the words. I want to believe, Jen. I want to believe.
Here's the thing. I think Suicide Squad has a better shot of being good than Black Widow, though. I think Suicide Squad has a far better shot than Black Widow.
I think Suicide Squad has a far greater shot of being special. I think Black Widow is going to meet the minimum standard of an MCU.
This is my time, Grizz. It's my time to talk.
Sorry.
I have something to say.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Apologies.
From before.
No, I get it. I deserve that.
I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. But I will say this. I'm saying this, okay? I'm looking forward to it because I'm a huge. I know Jen hates this. Again, Jen hates it. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
I'm not getting the third movie for a while, and I'm hoping this is going to kind of fill that like need because I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Agreed.
I really enjoyed the first.
Marvel
I enjoyed
series.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
For the cinematic series. All right, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm looking forward to this because I think it's going to have that vibe,
So-
and I'm hoping. Plus, I'm a huge DC guy, and I want the redemption. I want them to get something right. And I don't want to get suspended by them on YouTube again. So I'm really hoping I can give a really good review to that movie.
I know Jen doesn't like Guardians of the Galaxy, but are you not a James Gunn fan? Didn't you play Lollipop Chainsaw when that came out?
No.
I could have sworn you cosplayed as her.
No.
Maybe I'm mistaken. My bad. Do you remember that game?
Yes, I do. It was very everybody cosplayed from it except for me. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I like James Gunn. I agree with you. I back that. When I look at Black Widow, it's like the plot line is, we were trained to be killers since we were children.
Yeah.
And so what we've decided now is to make things right. And after we feel bad about killing all these people, is we're going to go back to those people who made us kill people and kill a lot of people so that they don't teach other people how to kill people. It's like, that's the plot. Oh, $200 million, and we dig up this big pile of turd and put it on your desk.
Nice.
Bingo.
Not yet.
Widow.
Black Widow's not out yet.
No, coming July 9th.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks.
July 9th.
I mean,
It's going to be so good that you can get it on Disney Plus.
yeah, it's going to be so good. It'll be
so
direct to
good you can
video.
get it on Disney Plus. It's awesome.
Who doesn't want a story about people who want to make sure what happened to them doesn't happen to others while we look great in white leather?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to Black Widow.
Could they just try a little? Just a little bit.
I know.
I'm going to watch it.
Trailer movie and already like
I can't sit through like here we are, guys, with our bad Russian accents because the Russians are bad. It's like,
I feel bad for the Russians that like live in the U.S. and they're like, why do we always bad guys? You know, like
it's just like
I gave little girl lollipop before I hit the
this
car door.
story is so it's just so late. I mean, compare it to The Quiet Place, like both leading ladies with red hair, like you know, The Quiet Place, amazing, primal, engaging. Black Widow. So you already died 2 movies ago. Sorry. You're around now.
Is there any chance that when this movie comes out that you'll like it? Is it like? Is there any hope for that, or is it just beyond redemption?
Not a chance.
I mean, there could be. When I look at the trailer, I'm like, really? It's like Corella. We got this really cool character. She just kidnaps puppies and kills them. You'll love her. It's like, what? How is that a plot? That's the character. She kidnaps puppies. I hate you.
Look at Jenna shaking her head again.
I didn't like Quiet Place. I thought it was terrible. So
The Quiet Place?
Yeah.
Well, Cat likes everything, right? Just saying.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but you know what, though? Really, though, we got, one thing we do need to get, and we have to get this every Thursday, is we got to get that gaming recommendation from Grizz. Grizz, what is hot this week? What do the viewers need to go out, download the demo, buy the game? What should they be playing tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, until next Thursday when you give them another great selection?
So I'm going to say this. You've overhyped my selection for this week a little bit.
What?
This is a twin-stick shooter. This game is called AK-XOLOTL, which is an axolotl is a little amphibian with a frilled head, and like it's a cute little creature, right? But this is a twin stick shooter. If you've ever played a twin stick shooter, they are a very simple concept. You move around with the left stick, you aim with the right stick, and you hold down the trigger to shoot at bad guys. So it's like the simplest concept for a game. The reason I want people to take a look at this one is, one, because it's a cute little concept.
It is cute.
It's like that Halo game that came out when Windows 8 they were trying to make that work.
So the premise of the game is that your little axolotl is he's hungry and he goes to get some food out of his food chest and finds that it's empty. So then the metal music starts playing and you go on a rampage, killing every animal in the forest for food.
Wow!
Damn.
So it's a fun.
So this dude's a hangry little man.
Yeah, he's super hangry.
The hangries.
And so I mean, this is all the gameplay is running around dodging the bullets, and as you proceed through the level, the longer you stay alive, the more animals show up with bigger and better guns, and they make weapon drops and things like that. So like I started off the game with the Mouser. They have several. They have the Pond Eagle, which is like a desert eagle type of thing. You have a couple of different. You have a few different options at the start.
Grizz, yeah, died.
I died.
By the way, this is actual footage of Grizz playing the game.
Yes, and you will find that I die several times in the 5 minutes that I played this. And that's kind of what the point of these sort of games are. It's there's a leaderboard. You're just trying to stay alive as long as possible so that you can climb your way up the leaderboard. This game, in addition to having single player, which is what I'm playing here, it's also going to have up to 4-player couch co-op. This game is coming to Switch as well as Steam and PS4 and Xbox One. So the couch co-op thing is going to be an option for everybody. But if you don't have any friends locally to play with, on Steam you'll be able to do the remote play together, which is Steam's way of doing remote play, like doing couch co-op from afar. So, like I said, this is not a groundbreaking gameplay. It's not the most beautiful game you've ever seen.
It's like a time killer game. Like you just want to have some fun, kill some time.
Precisely, and that's why I wanted to shout this out, because there's a niche for that sort of game where I've got 5 minutes.
How big those guns are.
Let me see how long I can stay alive in this game real quick.
Where do these animals get these guns? You have money for all this ammunition. Just buy your food, little lizard. Buy your food. Stop taking lives.
But so I mean, it's not going to blow your mind, but I think it's the sort of thing that when it does come out,
fun, Grizz.
It's fun. And
is this a demo?
This is just the demo. So when this game comes out, they haven't announced the release date. They just said it's later this year, but the demo is available now. I can't imagine it's going to be a super expensive game. If it is, I will be the first to say don't bother. But if this is, an affordable game, this is the sort of game that, like I said, you just jump on, maybe play with your friends for a little while, and see how far you can climb up that leaderboard.
I support animal gun rights.
Especially for cute little amphibians. Oh, I died again.
I like that. But wait, if you just keep playing and you don't die, does it just continue to fill up with more and more and
more bad guys? And this is the arcade mode. There's other game modes that they're going to have in the full release, including it's called the wave mode, but it's like a horde mode. If you ever played Gears of War, where you fight through a wave of bad guys, get a brief reprieve, and then more bad guys come in, and you do it all again. And you try to survive as many waves as possible. So I mean, I think it's adorable, and it's funny.
Did you get the demo on Steam?
I did, yes.
You did, okay. And the link to this, everyone, if you're that's interested, it's in the description of the show. If you want to get the link to the demo
on Steam right now, there's the single player demo, and you can also download the multiplayer demo if you want to play with your friends. There's two separate demos for that. What do you want to say, Adam?
Oh no! Unfortunately, I've got to jump. I've got to help my wife. She's 9 months pregnant, so sometimes she can.
Yeah, that's important.
If she's in need. But I want you to know, Grizz, this is a great recommendation, far more significant than anything Niles brought up tonight. So I'm really able to do
that. Not that kind of competition, no.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Jen was pretty good. She's definitely a second placer for tonight. But it's like, guys, I love being on with this team.
Don't forget to let Grizz know how much you've enjoyed doing the show with him, because now this is going to be the last time he'll be on the show.
Yeah, Grizz, it's been an honor. It's been an honor.
I don't know how to respond to this
guys, now. Have a good one.
Love being on here with you guys.
Tell the missus we said hello.
Bye, Adam.
I will, guys. Bye, Adam. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Well, thanks, Grizz. You just made Adam leave.
I chased Adam away with my animal gun game.
Animal gun violence, but we do support their rights to have firearms when they don't have food. So remember, if you see an animal that has a firearm, it's because they need food. But no, that looks cool. I like those games. I like games where it's like you kind of just you don't have to think too much. You can just have some fun. Keep going and play.
Fun.
Exactly. You escape from it, and it's pretty cool. I like that stuff. I also like memes. Do you think Jen has any memes for us tonight?
I guess we'll find out here shortly.
Mine are topical. So, are we still talking about aliens? Now, Adam was the big alien guy.
I know, Jen.
Left.
I know.
So, and then my memes are going to be as funny because I used his face. So.
Oh, no.
Adam, thanks a lot for being pregnant wife. God, ruining everything.
Good job, Grizz.
Do you want to talk aliens a little bit, guys?
I do want to talk aliens, but I did need Adam on for that.
Yeah, I know. Should we save it for next week?
No. Well, the report did come out. The report came out.
Yeah, the report came out.
It was only 8 pages.
Yeah.
It was 8 pages. They released it on like a Friday night while everyone was at happy hour, so no one would pay attention. And they're like, yeah, out of 144 reports we had, we were able to explain like 6 or 8.
No, one. Just one. They explained one.
It depends on which article you read. CNN said like they were able to explain like 8. Yeah. And then Larry's Media News, which you use, said 1. But everyone knows Larry's always right.
Who's Larry?
It's your source.
I just used it for the video.
It's your source.
Whatever. I'm not a source person.
I thought your source was Reuters. I clicked on that link. Was that not the right link?
Kat, you need to get in the know
about what happened to aliens.
Aliens exist, Kat, and they are coming to Earth.
Hold on.
And Space Force is real.
Space Force is real, but
I can't. Oh fuck! I don't remember how to do it.
Come on, Jen. Come on.
Share
screen.
I'm just gonna give you mine from now on because
you could just go into brand, go into images, and just upload them in.
What?
Come on, Goth JBD.
Here we go. All right. This is the first time they saw aliens. Look at that.
What's wrong with Adam's head? What did you do? Wait, are we the aliens? Or do we see aliens?
You're running away from the alien spaceship. You're like, oh no, here they come.
Someone watching on Twitch, clip this so we can send it to Adam later.
Yeah, I'll have to send it. I'll post it on Twitter for him.
This is his first contact. This is good, but what did you do to poor Adam's head?
I was trying to do it really fast. I did it like 10 minutes before.
I was gonna say this is a quick and dirty Photoshop.
And you guys, the picture
It's like the
was so
scene in
close.
Jurassic Park, but the T-Rex is a flying saucer. Close Encounters of the Turd Kind. I know, it's like a turd.
What? Oh my God. All right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. The next one is when we talk about our favorite alien something.
Oh, our favorite alien women?
What? A something?
Oh, what?
What?
Jen wanted to talk about our favorite aliens, movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
Things of that nature.
I like alien women.
That's fine too. That could be the reason you liked something, I'm sure.
So my favorite alien. So what do you want? Like our favorite alien TV show? Our favorite alien movie?
She didn't specify.
Well, I'm a huge
okay,
Trekkie. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, so that's
The
like a
big
bunch
thing
of
about them releasing this is that they don't know still if aliens exist. There was literally
There's not enough evidence.
not enough evidence. So we still don't know anything. I was hoping it's gonna be this big reveal, like, oh my God, yes, we definitely one, like for sure, flying saucer, like maybe Roswell, something. They actually were gonna tell us something, but all they told us was we still don't know anything.
Actually, though, if you do break down some of the quotes from the actual press conference that they did, they do say things that's like, when they had objects coming up on multiple sensors, different types of radars, other things. They also picked up that these objects were emitting types of energy that we don't get from any of our vehicles. And the speeds and the directions that they move around were not anything that we are capable of doing. And honestly, not to toot our own horns, but like if any vehicles can do it, it's probably going to be developed in the United States. Hate to say it. Not going to say the other countries may not have stuff, but the probability that they have something that we don't,
that they have something that we don't, but that we also don't know about. Because if they might have new technology, but we're going to learn about it real quick,
and then we're going to steal it or take it,
and then we're going to do
whatever we have to do.
America.
America. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
All the flying saucer proof was stolen by the Naruto runners last year.
That was so good.
My kids run like that, and they don't even know what anime is yet. But they run like... that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the feet noise.
Can you hear my feet on the floor?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Thank you, Nile.
Oh, but I will say, hold on. Death Metal Hero, you're right. Farscape is the best alien TV show series. That is right.
That Farscape was awesome.
Don't care about Star Trek. No way. Farscape is where it's at.
Farscape was really unique.
Yeah.
It was really unique. And it says, because right there, you had Jim Henson's Creature Shop on that.
Yep.
What did that last? Like 7 seasons?
Something like that. I don't know.
Right? Battlestar Galactica was as well. But that's not
Battlestar Galactica. I do.
But... Can I just say Battlestar Galactica? Like when that series, when they redid that series on Sci-Fi, what was that, back in 2003 or something like that? Can I just say that opening battle scene, like with the Scions and then I can't even think of the fighters, what those jets are called. But I've never seen anything like that on TV before. And that coming from the Sci-Fi channel, like had me hooked, because it wasn't just like, like in Star Wars and even Star Trek, everything just whizzes around this and that. Like, they'd go in one direction, they'd shoot at each other, and then it's like in passing, right? But then like as they turned, you saw all the little propulsion mechanisms that would turn the ships around, like stop the little ship from moving and things. And it was almost like, if you think about like, the era of muskets, right? You just lined up, you shot, right? Then the next rotation would come because you didn't have the ability to just throw a magazine in and blah, 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 blah. You know, your magazine was the row of soldiers, right? That's how they did their dogfights and their battles in space. And I thought that was incredible. I thought it was brilliant. And that got me hooked on Battlestar Galactica. And aliens are fucking awesome.
So my cop-out answer is Star Wars, because I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars so much, I named my dog Mando, right? Like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But I will say my favorite alien... Oh, there it is. Yes, Cat, it's Mando. My favorite alien movie would be Alien. I absolutely love Alien. But the one that I think is the most fun, Independence Day. Independence Day is tons of fun. I watch it every year on the 4th of July just so I can hear Bill Pullman give that big old speech.
Oh, puppy.
Man, you're stealing the show,
is a great movie. What about Men in Black, huh?
I did like Men in Black a lot. I mean, there's a lot of those alien movies that came out when I was young. Yeah, exactly. When I was a kid, all those movies came out, and so like I don't even know if like they're objectively good movies, but I love them.
Transformers is an alien movie, technically.
They are technically aliens, but by that logic, so is Superman.
Yeah,
Superman is an alien movie.
I don't like that logic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to pick and choose here a little bit. I also want to shout out the person who said Expanse is their favorite sci-fi show. 100%. The Expanse is so good.
The Expanse is good. I'm not in love with that one though.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not great.
Yeah, I think Earth 2 didn't get a good rap. I thought that was a great series. If you even remember that from the 90s, Earth 2.
I mean, I remember it existing.
It existed. Have you watched it? I haven't. I'll send it to you. It's good.
I haven't seen it. I'd watch it.
Men in Black is my fave. I can watch it like anytime it's on.
That is one of those movies that it doesn't matter where you jump in.
I see what you're starting to say about Kat now.
She said she doesn't like scary stuff, so.
Just like me. I don't like scary stuff either.
Yeah. Thank you, Death Metal Hero. Earth 2 was a fantastic series. Never got much traction, though. Did we miss anything? I'm trying to think, like, if we covered everything because we didn't have our agenda.
We didn't write an agenda this week.
Did we Jen didn't do an agenda, so I don't know if we're missing it. No, I'm just messing with you.
But okay? I was too busy thinking about my favorite alien thing.
Yeah, and I had to make those 2 memes.
Do you have other memes, Jen?
I do. No, but I have to talk about my favorite alien thing ever of all time.
I suppose that's why she's wearing this shirt.
My first alien encounter, actually, I will say, was the X-Files, of course. I remember being like 5 years old watching X-Files at like 10 o'clock at night when they would show all the reruns. Absolutely love X-Files. I will say my favorite part, hold on, I have to share.
This
is why I can't do this because it totally interrupts like my whole
the timing. The timing is off.
The timing is terrible.
Like this is my favorite.
My favorite part about the X-Files is definitely
who's Scully?
Scally.
Scally. Agent Scally.
Agent Lawson.
There we go.
I will say I was trying to find a good picture of them, and all of them look like they're about to drop some like fucking hot album, like gangsters. All the pictures were like that.
These two are about to drop the hottest mixtape of the year right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. Looks like we're about to drop something else.
We're gonna drop something for sure.
We're squeezing those probes out.
So, Jen, is X-Files the kind of show that will hold up if I start watching it now?
I rewatched it. Like
it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, it's just like it's a little cheesy, and the graphics are not really great.
Oh, Critical Blast this year, guys.
But what?
Hey, what's up, Critical Blast? We gotta get Critical Blast on because they actually like how we want to give like indie creators like spotlight things. They're doing something really cool for international shipping because it's such a big thing. They've been developing like their own logistics stuff, which is cool. But anyways, sorry, Critical Blast. We have to go back to talking about aliens. Thanks for interrupting my mind.
Aliens.
Do you guys
So-
ever watch Fringe?
No, I heard a lot of good things about that one though.
I've tried to watch it like 2 or 3 times, and it doesn't hold my interest. Like, I don't really know why. I don't like any of the
It was
characters.
too serious for you.
What is-
It was too serious for you.
I love the mileage you're getting out of that.
Yeah, I
meme.
was gonna say, I'm gonna start sending mine to you because you're much better at doing this. Oh, but we didn't mention.
Should I explain why I made that one for you, Jen?
Don't look at the scales.
Don't look at the scales. When we were picking what we were going to talk about this week, we were talking about like new stuff that was coming out, and I mentioned that there's a new Godzilla anime, and Jen was like, "God, please, no more Godzilla ever." I was like, "Done."
I did mention on our show that was my favorite part of the movie because
Vanzilla.
Oh, Vanzilla, that's good.
Yeah, you just own the night. You just fucking. All right, you get the Pez dispenser. You're the lucky winner. The Van Damsel Pez dispenser.
Oh, I want one of those. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool, actually. I wonder if like Pez is like 20 minutes from here.
Really?
Yeah, it's here in Connecticut. It's in Orange, Connecticut. Orange, not just a color. You can actually live there. Or fruit. But speaking of aliens, do you have any other memes?
No, that was it. I only did 2.
Oh.
What about you, Nile? You have any memes?
Do I have any memes?
Yeah.
You just
No,
wanna
but I
throw-
did make one transition graphic. Comic book reviews. And I do this when we have guests.
Okay, so Niall's saying that he does things, and they're a little more flashy than the stuff Jen and I are making. Okay, we get it.
This
No,
show
I
has
actually-
gone off the rails.
Yeah, in the best
I-
way, though. Off the rails in the best way.
I was thinking I do have ideas for memes, and I can't wait to do them. I will do them this week, but I'm doing team memes. Team memes.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I'm
We gotta
making
get
all of
more
us a part of
faces
it.
from Jeff.
Jeff, we need faces.
We need
There
faces.
are thousands of pictures of me on Facebook. I'm just saying. You know,
We need up to date. Like I want
Need
you
recent?
right now. I want recent.
We need the crazy
Grizz
faces.
pics.
All the he saw the he did. Oh, I love Niles. I just wanted
I'm
to
a sassy. I'm a sassy girl.
You were very sassy and
I'm
so
a sassy.
pictures. I loved it.
although I say I have thousands of pictures on Facebook, 90% of them are me going with whoever I'm standing next to.
You just gotta let your inner like person out.
Your inner person.
Because I'm not a person, so I have to let my inner person out.
Yeah. Oh wait, hey! What is this? This is just in secret message. I'm decoding. I have some good ones of Jeff. Hit me up, man. Well, first off, my name is Nile, and I will do that, cat. Man, Jen, I totally get it now. Totally get it. So embarrassing.
Is this how you guys talk about me when I'm not on the show? Say something.
Hey, what? Oh, Jeff, hey! Hey, everyone! Welcome to the Grizz, where we hang out with Jeff.
Camera all yellow, by the way. I don't like it.
Because you got to get that white right.
It was fine. I'll show. And now I'm. As soon as you start talking about orange, now I'm orange.
Sorry. It looks like you're wearing self-tanner.
I know. It looks horrible.
You look like you're self-tanning, and I look like I live in a dark space that's very white. So it's fine.
And I look like a young Santa Claus.
You do! Like from those claymation things, like all happy and like weird little toys dancing around.
I know what I'm about.
That's cool. That just means you're giving. You're a giving person. You have a giving nature.
Stop.
Oh, and for the viewers out there, we're going to be doing Dating Grizz. It's going to be a live dating game show, which will be hosted by Jennifer Van Damsel, and Adam Lawson will be picking all the fine ladies to be on the show. So if you're interested,
Just saying.
if
I'm
you're
sure he knows
interested,
some awesome people. So that would be actually a pretty good show.
I wouldn't
That's it.
hate that. Shout out to Sort of Greg in the Twitch chat there for what I'm going to choose to interpret as the biggest compliment I might have ever received, that I look like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
oh,
We're going to assume it's young Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
I would say young because that hair is freaking amazing. You have.
Oh my god, is that Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor, yeah.
Oh
Ewan
yeah.
McGregor.
Okay. Guess what? Okay, Moulin Rouge is my favorite movie of all time. I literally cry almost every single time I see it. Ewan McGregor is going to be at a convention that I don't want to go to, and it's at Six Flags, so it's outside. Really don't want to go, but I might go just
Take
to
a breath.
have him
Take a breath.
sign a Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. I knew she was going to say that.
I would cry. I don't get like big on like celebrities or any, but if he signed a Moulin Rouge poster for me, I would cry. I would just.
Have you ever been to the real Moulin Rouge?
No, I've never been.
I went.
You went?
I've been there in Paris, and all I can say is one word: boobies. Everywhere, boobies, champagne, boobies. For some reason, I was sitting with a bunch of Americans.
Did you can?
Now
You
I
have to go. They're canning. There's
did you
boobies
can?
everywhere. The can. It's actually a really fun show. I'm not gonna lie. You get to like you have dinner and champagne, and you're just hanging out. And yeah, it was cool. Loved it.
right,
Loved it.
Pat, we're going.
I mentioned there was boobies. Like you can't beat that. Why were we given two hands? That's all I have to say. Best thing in the world. So
we'll do a live POPXP show from the Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I think there might be some terms of service that be violated based on Nile's description of the place.
just saying.
I mean, I do like Chipotle.
They just came out with a new quesadilla. I really want to try it.
I don't know, Kat. Is this true? Is this how you truly feel? Did we just find a grand prize winner?
I mean, Kat is one of my best friends and is married to one of my best friends. So.
She's not wrong though. She's not wrong.
A couple,
like
in today's days
like
and age, a couple doesn't just have to be two. Just saying. Throwing it out there. I love Chipotle.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's great. Well,
Is
I'm
it
sold
Chipotle?
champagne and boobies. Champagne and boobies. But yeah, everyone, thank you for so much for tuning in tonight.
This is where we're ending?
This would be a great meme, man. If only I could do a meme right here, right now.
Maybe I already have a can meme of us. Who knows what I have in the works? Do you see what I do here, people? Wow. Come on,
We've been talking about how much we need our post-show antics to be part of the actual show. I think we've nailed it this week.
Yeah.
This went off the rails.
Ooh, should we tell everyone about our We should tell everyone about the Chick-fil-A idea.
Oh no.
No? Okay.
That's premium content. They got to pay.
All right. That's for the subscription service. The things you can do with those nuggets. Anyways, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. It's been a great show. I'm glad Jen opened up a little bit with us, even though we find her to be a little too serious. And tonight we saw maybe a little bit of a monster, but I think we softened the heart there, Kat. Kat, are you out there? Are you out there? Okay. You're not a monster, Jen. I'm just joking. You're not a monster, Jen. Jen, are you okay? You guys?
Yeah, we're good, man.
Okay?
We're good. End the show now.
What? No, I'm just messing with you. Everyone, thanks so much for tuning in for the Weekend Pop. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys. We had some great content. We had an awesome guest. Please check out Lumina VHOX on Indiegogo. The interiors are absolutely insane. If you haven't yet, all the links are in the description of the show. Check everything out. Grizz's recommendation. All the stuff is there. So I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. Please help share the channel. Help us grow here on YouTube, on Twitch. Spread the word of the POPXP, what we're doing. Subscribe, click that bell, get notifications. Subscribe to Grizz's Twitch channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Jennifer's Twitch channel and anything else you guys have going on. Do you guys have anything you want to promote though before we sign off?
Just follow me on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter as well. That's where I talk about all the stuff I got going on.
Awesome. So everyone have a great night. We love you all. You're all special to us. I'll be dreaming of each and every one of you in my Chick-fil-A sauce. And yeah, have a great night, everyone. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on POPXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the POPXP and over on Instagram at the POPXP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Go to bed!